The man puts his booted feet up on the poker table and pushes back his hat. Glancing down at his cards, he smiles internally. With the cards up, he already has a jack-high straight, and there's more cards to come. The woman sitting across from him shifts uncomfortably. Those gathered around her shake their heads, believing that she is in over hers. More cards hit the table. The 10 of spades, the ace of clubs. The man lays his cards down, smiling. But it isn't enough. She spreads her hand. Ace high straight. He is lost. Sort of. The dagger in her back means that once again, the house takes all. So when we last left you guys, you were in hell, where you'll be probably for a while. You'd sailed across the Sea of Styx using the ritual of passage from the Isle of Typhus to Avernus, where you made landfall, cut across some woods, were harassed slightly by some hyena-type creatures that decided to think better of doing anything with the large group of adventurers traveling through the woods, and you made it into Avernus, where you split your group into two, sending the Dwergar off with a couple of the other groups to basically start hunting powerful creatures, hoping to get lucky and find some clues in a lair. The rest of you headed to the what's the name of the tavern? The Spicy Pixie, where you met your bartender, Sharon, and the Sultan. You made a deal, a quid pro quo deal and contract with the Sultan that if you do certain favors for him, he will return certain favors for you, including which getting you passage into other domains of the Hells. The first favor that he wanted from you is to eliminate a being known as the Gambler. And he says that he plays nightly in a casino
Wait a
in
minute,
Nightborough.
we're going to kill Kenny Rogers? Wait.
Maybe.
I never made that connection. I can't do that. We got to rethink this whole plan.
You might be killing Kenny Rogers. We don't know for sure. And you asked if he'd had a bag of holding that he could spice the deal up with. That started off a whole chain of events that were quite extraordinary, which ended up with you guys almost unleashing a monster that might have devoured the universe. So, but it was killed, thankfully, and that's where we stopped. So, is there anything else you guys want to do in Bitterhold before you head across around the downside of the mountain to get over to Nightborough?
I don't think so.
Oh, the Gambler's in Nightborough?
Yeah, he plays at a casino in Nightborough every night. Yep.
We have a map of the space we're in. I don't remember.
You have the artist conception map. That is that one.
Yeah. And we went to Avernus.
Yep, you're still in Avernus.
But we're not leaving Avernus.
No, you're going around the mountain to the town on the other side of the mountain.
But still staying. We don't have to buy passage to anywhere else.
No, you do not. That you guys can walk. All right. So the Sultan wishes you luck and sends you off to Nightborough. So you guys cruise around the mountain. And as I said before, there is no sun here in the Hells, but it is lit. But it's really I know every time I say that now, it's not going to stop until that. It's never going to stop because
I was thinking it. I
just can't
make
stop.
any remarks.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Yep. So, but as you cross to this side of Avernus, it becomes night. It's a starry sky with constellations you don't recognize. You don't see anything that would signify any planets or anything else out there. There's no moons. It's just distant twinkling stars. It is a pleasant evening, much to your surprise still that Avernus is not a terrible looking place. And you get into Bitterhold, and it is much the same as, you get into Nightborough, and it was much the same as Bitterhold was. That things look okay, but there's just an off feeling about the town, and there's barely anybody around.
Interesting.
It's night and there's barely anybody around. Okay.
Correct. You see some people, but not many. Most of them, from the look of them, that you've picked up on the uncursed look of a fiend, and you do feel most of the people you're watching move from place to place are fiends.
All right.
There might be some well-dressed humanoid travelers like yourselves, but there's nobody who stands out like an adventurer like your party does.
I want to retcon something real quick because I meant to do it over the week and I've been completely kind of out of it. But
Yeah.
Would the what was his name? The Sultan.
Yeah.
Who was was it Sarah? Who was the one who told us that fiends look unfiendish here? Was it Sarah?
It was Sarah, the bartender. Who I think I called Sharon before, but it's not. It was definitely Sarah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
So I would probably mention it to the Sultan, but the seeing eye gem thing that I have, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would first of all, if I use that, would that be something that people recognized that I was doing? And second of all, would it show a different form?
It would not, actually. Okay. People would recognize it as a magical object, and one that most of the fiends who are out and about here are. You get the impression that people who own businesses and work in establishments are higher level fiends, more powerful ones. Ones like peon fiends are working cubicles and are tour guides and Rogers and whatnots. Most of them would recognize that you're using some sort of visual magic. They might not know exactly what it's doing. Okay. But but they look the same. There doesn't seem to be any sort of illusion covering it.
Okay. Would I would just ask the Sultan if that would be offensive if I was caught doing that to somebody.
No, because it doesn't change the way they look.
Okay.
Like if it did, it would probably be considered offensive. But here in Avernus, it does not.
So I shouldn't feel like I need to hide that.
No. If you want to use it, you could use it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. That was kind of all I wanted to do about that.
Yeah.
So I guess how far? Where are we, and where is the nightclub or wherever we're going?
You were told the casino is up by the waterfall.
Okay.
That comes out of this side of the mountain.
Do we want to head over there, or do we want to mingle for a minute?
I think we can mingle, suss up the situation.
Yeah.
If that requires feeling it up, I guess we can do that too. But
I think the word you're looking for is suss out.
well. Size up. There we go. Size up.
Yeah.
So you guys begin to look around and check out the area, and it is much like Bitterhold, in the fact that there's just few people about. You got the rundown on the two cities from Sarah, and you instantly begin to pick up on, why this place was what it was. There are a lot more taverns and inns. There's a lot more nightclub action. There are pharmaceutical companies here fairly regularly, and I put pharmaceuticals in quotes. There's open drug dealing companies. There's cash exchanges. There's a lot of things in here where people who want to live the high roller life would be after.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said last week that, at least on the outside anyways, it was kind of a mirror image.
Yeah.
is it a mirror image so much as like the layout of the town is a mirror image?
It's very similar in that. I don't want that to be taken too literally, but the streets are laid out the same for the most part. Yeah.
Is there like a one for one, not like identical, but like is there if we knew the layout of one building, would we?
No, it wouldn't be that specific.
Okay.
No, but there's a good chance, although you walking around and looking at the town a bit more, you realize it's not 100%. There's a good chance, though, if there was a shop on a certain street corner, there would be a shop on this one as well, or at least some sort of service industry building.
Okay.
But the buildings aren't the same.
Okay.
I would say it's fair enough to say it's symmetrical, but not identical.
Okay. All right.
Is there anything in specific you guys are looking for?
Part of me wants to like look at some of the shops, but I kind of get the feeling that they're empty the same way that the other shops were.
Ooh, there's a lot of audio cut out there. I don't know if anybody else picked up on that, but I definitely had a lot of skipping.
I didn't have audio cut out.
Interesting. Yeah, like I missed half of what he said.
Oh, I just said, gosh, what did I say? I just wanted to. Oh, I assume, like, I want to look at some of the shops, but I assume that they're empty the same way that
they are. They've been emptied and closed out.
What about restaurants?
There are a few of those, like inns and things like that, are open. There's a lot more of them on this side of the mountain than there were on the other side.
Okay.
Where you would have seen like a grocery store on the other side, you would find a restaurant here. So a similar establishment, but catered more towards people who they have everything they think they want and have money to spend.
Okay. I can't really think of anything other to do, unless you guys.
Not really, no.
Okay.
I just can't think.
It seems to be like a disease in the group today, because I know with me having a migraine, I'm not doing a lot of thinking. So if I'm stupid and can't answer questions right, I'm sorry.
So we're probably going to find some NPCs today.
Oh, gosh. I'm probably going to create some very memorable NPC moments today. So you guys decide to head up to the casino. It is very easily spotted from down below in the city. It actually, you were told it's by the waterfall. It looks like it was built around the waterfall.
Oh.
And so you make your way up the side streets, the switchback streets, and you get to the outside of a casino, and it is called the Desperate Angel.
I like that. That's fun.
There's no doors, so to speak, for it, but there are. It looks like, depending on which side you come up, there's stairways that lead up into the casino proper.
Okay.
I was gonna say, is it just beaded curtains?
Do we know anything about what angel it might be referring to being desperate?
No.
Okay.
All of them.
I didn't know if maybe we had heard any rumors or actually.
No, I've told you guys what you would have heard. I mean, there's so few people in the cities right now that you have to be pretty intentional about talking to people. If you're just wandering around hoping to hear things, that is just never going to happen.
I was thinking more of, I guess, before this too, like, because I don't know if any rumors have made it out of the Hells about the existence of anything or not.
Oh yeah, no. There's definitely it
like,
seems fairly generically named.
I
you
also
enter a
assume
particular area and they're like, make a perception check. You loudly overhear people talking about.
Yeah. I also assume the Sultan would have told us the name.
Yeah, he would have.
I mean, would we have? Would he have had any insight into why it's called that?
No, none in particular. You would have asked him that, and he probably would have said something like, "Aren't we all desperate?"
Yeah.
Here.
Probably would
And
have
he would
asked
have
you for
laughed
a
and
couple
smirked,
coins.
and
Is the casino packed?
he might have asked for a monetary exchange.
Is it? No, it's not named after anything.
Yep.
Is the casino filled up, or is it pretty empty right now?
As you guys enter into it, it is almost completely empty.
Oh.
There's a couple of people playing what looks to be some sort of Moncala style game. Oh, let me show the map for you.
The Moncala.
I'm actually kind of proud of this map. I threw this. up
Did
on
our whole
Reddit
group
this last
just
week.
enter it in?
Seemingly, yeah.
Wow, my audio is trash. Nobody else is getting the skips.
Everybody, from what on my end, everybody's clear.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
clear audio too.
I'm going to close Discord real quick and reopen it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
See if that clears that up.
But yes, Ryan, to answer your question, we all walked arm in arm.
Did we hold hands and skip?
No, we just arm in arm.
I'm swinging in between Thanak and Othig like a
didn't-
child.
Yeah, we're like just barely holding him like an inch above the ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like at least a foot and a half off the ground, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well,
I
no,
was
you're
gonna say,
dwarf. We're dwarves, so probably
yeah.
a few inches though at least. We didn't have a plan B if.
We don't even have a plan A.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you knew that there
Yes!
was a plan A that I don't know
Japanese
about,
stab.
Our
I am
plan
all
hinges
about-
100% tonight.
on the sole idea of having him picking a fight with us, but we have not discussed how
to do
we
that?
are going to accomplish that goal.
I planned on just touching his
Up to the
willy.
rolls, man.
I
You were
believe we-
going to do what to us?
I was just gonna grab his willy and see if that got him to deck me.
I believe we did already talk about this.
I feel
Yeah.
like, and then you have
Thank
to
you
yell
for the
honk
repost.
honk.
Honk honk. That's how these work, right?
Like my favorite moment in all of that show.
Yeah.
I know. I love that show.
Seriously.
That one was great.
There's a few other moments that I remember besides that one.
Okay, so that's the casino you're looking at. There's 3 bars surrounding what appears to be an illusionary force wall that blocks the mist of the waterfall from coming into the casino. So you could walk right up to this glass force wall between the bars. You can see it from behind the bars. The water is roaring down. There are gaming tables all along the outside edges where it's kind of balcony style looking down over the town. There are 4 poker tables. There is a very large poker table up on that pedestal and 2 roulette tables. There's a couple of people at the bars. There's several employees about, and there is a man in a cowboy hat with a duster sitting at the large table. And like I said, the aforementioned guys who are playing Moncala as well. The guy sitting at the table has 2 other beings flanking him.
What is
Guys at the
Moncala?
Moncala. That's where it's an African style stone game where you put so many stones in a thing and then you can move so many more out of that one into the next one.
Oh, okay.
I never remember how to play it, but once somebody shows me, I'm like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. It's a fun game.
it is a fun game.
I think I've seen it played once. Like I understand how to play it.
Sounds like one of those fandangled Star Wars games.
No, it's-
there's a variant.
it's a real
I believe,
game.
in Swotar.
There
What?
might be.
It's a real game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a real game.
There you go.
That's some folks playing Mancala.
That's it.
That's
And there's other games set up around here. There you can tell that there's cards and stuff out at the other tables. It looks like those little tables are very diverse in what can be played on them.
Based on we got the description of what's his name before, right? Right?
Not really. You were told that his name is Moliart, and he's an Amanzu, which is a pretty powerful mind controlling style entity that are notorious for charming people and bending people to their will.
Yeah. We also didn't take care of that before we all entered as a group. Oh boy.
Let's arm in arm
Jeff
walk
can
right back
do-
out.
Counter
I can do
charm.
counter-charm,
It's an
which helps
action.
a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, would we identify him as the guy in the cowboy hat?
It's a good bet that that's him.
I mean, I figured, but I couldn't remember if we got a description of him or not.
He is staring at you as you come in. I mean,
Yeah.
basically,
Pretty odd.
there are more people in your entourage that just came into this casino than there are in the casino. So you're a fairly noticeable deal at the moment.
I guess that's a great question. How many people are actually with us?
You have 4 from the Iron Guard
It'd be like 14.
and 3 from each of the other groups, so that's 10. So yeah, there's 14 of you right now.
Which is, I think,
Oh, nailed
why
it.
Ryan asked
Totally nailed it on a guess.
Mhm.
if everyone just kind of, charged in here like a bunch of plebes.
That's what we did.
Mav would look at Jeffrey and say, "Okay, which game do you prefer?"
I don't like games of chance. I like games that have skill. I have a decent ability at Texas Hold'em, but aside from that,
We're gonna go to a card table and just kind of sit down.
Okay. So a really snooty looking individual in a suit, in a bow tie, tuxedo style cut, walks up to the table and be like, "Will you be playing games today,
No.
sirs and madams?"
I'll be winning games.
Oh, he has jokes.
Oh,
He just looks around the room. Everybody else is just staring at you like, sure.
there's not enough people in here to actually play like real games, is there?
There is not. You'll have to find a table or get a few other individuals to play with you.
Do they
You
know
could
that-
play blackjack against the dealer.
Let's go
do
play
they know
blackjack.
that- Do they know that we are not
Famous?
fiends?
Yeah, you've picked up on the notion that fiends immediately identify anybody who's a non-fiend.
Okay.
Okay.
Like they don't
I
have a
wasn't
problem
sure.
seeing you at all.
Okay, I wasn't sure if in the other town they recognized this as non-fiends because we were new.
Yeah, no, I kind of alluded to that. Like when you came in, people were whispering about you and talking about you as a group.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right, Jeff, you're gonna have to go change in some soul coins for chips.
Oh.
Mav will go.
You'll notice a gated area in the upper left-hand corner of the casino. That's the cage.
Mav will head over that way.
Okay.
Are you gambling, Mav? Are you the gambling kind?
All right. So
How
it is
much-
a
I'm sorry.
it's a 20-to-1 chip turn-in ratio. So
20 chips for 1 soul coin?
yep.
Doesn't seem like a too bad of an exchange rate.
Hey, Mav, you're doing 5.
Yeah, I'll turn in 5.
I'm gonna do 5 also, and I'm gonna act as Mav's money handler and bodyguard.
Okay.
Money handler and bodyguard.
All right. It's
he's-
Othig the bank granite back.
Like how my name has changed like every.
Yeah.
Jeff, are you changing any in?
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go 25 worth.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
So
that'll take me down to 225,
I am just
which
going
will give
to
me how
run-
many?
It's
20
to
per
1.
coin. 20-to-1.
So 25 times 20. Gosh, math is hard.
500.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna wander aimlessly.
Okay. So some of the other groups have changed in a few coins. The Iron Vanguard it doesn't look like they're into gambling. But it does look like all of the drow are into gambling.
Oh, the princesses?
The
they are.
girls and the ones from
The twins and
the twins that Blood Legacy. So they all like culturally the two different groups of drow carry themselves really differently. But this does seem to be a piece that they still share. And-
gambling is a racial trait.
Yeah, it kind of seems to be that way, or at least it's a cultural norm.
Nice.
They spread out around the casino. Some of them are playing roulette. A couple others are shooting craps with some of the dealers. You guys head back to your dealer and your blackjack table, and he wants to know if you'd like to engage in a game.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. While we're playing, Mav would like to identify if there's a way to potentially cheat so that we could get caught cheating, but not actually cheating. So that if they were to start a fight, they'd be the ones that were at fault.
Okay, well, with your detect magic skills up, and I meant to mention this right away, and then I got distracted when I was talking about the force wall that blocks the water. There are scrying orbs all over this place. So you got the feeling like they hover around people and all sorts of stuff. So you have the feeling that it would not be hard to get caught cheating. So if you wanted to cook up a plan where it looked like you were cheating, but you're not, you'd have advantage in plan cooking there, being able to see the orbs.
Good one.
Yep. All right, so I don't think we want to spend the entire night playing blackjack and games. So it is going to be D20 roll-offs for hands for how well you do. So you guys sit down with the dealer.
Do we get any bonuses?
Nope.
I'm thinking like insight or something.
Would you like to make an insight check on the dealer?
Sure, yeah. I hope that it'll help.
He's shady as all get out.
Right, shady AF, y'all.
Yeah.
25.
So you make a 25 insight check on him. It's pretty solid. He seems completely professional and doesn't like you.
Because I got lippy.
You get actually with a 25, you get the feeling he doesn't like anybody right now.
Because of your size.
Because we're here.
Mm-hmm. He was having fun relaxing, and suddenly somebody broke quarantine and is making them work.
Yeah, sure.
So, yes, but at this moment playing blackjack, you're not going to get any advantages or disadvantages on your rolls. So,
okay.
The house does.
So we have do we know what our percent chance of winning is?
Dude, I did not plan this much ahead. Okay.
Well, I mean, rolling a bunch of 10 or less to lose 500 coins is gonna suck balls. So, just a straight up chance is different than.
Well,
That's
you
all
don't
we
know
got.
you don't know what I'm rolling back here. You guys are rolling d20s, but I'm not.
Maybe he's rolling D100s.
Yeah.
So, how much do you guys want to wager?
10 coins.
10.
10 chips.
10 chips.
Yeah, I'll do 10 in.
Okay, 10 in. So, T, go ahead and make your roll. Mav made his.
Just a straight D20.
Wait, are you guys sitting down at the same table?
Yeah, currently.
Yeah, because right now you're playing a game against the dealer. They're not playing against each other, which,
Right.
would be different. So, all right. So, Jeffrey, you break even. Mav, you do lose by 10.
Play it again.
All right.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll go
Jeff,
again.
you in?
Yeah, I'll go again for 10. Yep, there it is.
Jeff, you can't roll a 1.
No, that's right, I can't. He probably glares at me for that too. Like, he sees me get a bad hand and then is like, well, I can't give you that card, so.
No, it's more of the fact that you played a hand to where you had to push him and you broke him.
Gotcha.
He busted. Yep. So you both win because he busted.
Ah!
Yay.
Yep. I had a nat 1 on my dice. So
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. So you both double your bet.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for a 50.
All right.
We haven't gained anything yet, right?
You gained 10.
You gained 10.
I gained 10.
What? Because you broke even the first time, and then you won.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing 50.
Yeah, go
We're
for
both doing 50.
All right, you're both doing 50.
Oh,
Peace out.
Okay. Jeffy, you can't help that one. Mav, you win.
yeah!
Yep.
He'll just scoop up Jeffrey's coins. Hand
I
him
feel
over
like
to.
Jeff has a big cigar too.
Matt's gonna hand those coins off to the bank for him to hold on to.
Yep.
Got it.
The
So-
bank.
You guys have been playing for a little bit now, and how do you want your people? What do you want your people aware of? I mean, everybody knows you're about to try and pick a fight with this guy. Like,
The Vanguard should probably be, because they're not gonna be gambling, scoping out like security measures,
okay. Right now, they're hanging out at the bar,
and that's probably a fine place for them to be doing the scoping.
and the sisters would be hitting a roulette table.
The sisters are honestly just playing poker or roulette,
Mm-hmm.
not paying attention to anything.
You guys
Oh,
would
probably,
be
yeah.
Perfect diversion.
there.
I imagine I'm probably at the bar then.
Okay.
I don't also don't want to congregate with a bunch of people. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there was no mistaking that you're all together.
Right. Right. But
just-
I don't want to. I want to be
The very best.
the no one ever was.
Okay. Well, the only people you really have to interact with in here are the staff and
All right.
the guy who was sitting at the poker table. So it's
So
a thing. Like, you could hang out with your family and it wouldn't make a difference. You were not gaining any benefits really by being elsewhere.
Dude, you should totally
it
chat up the
was,
staff.
it was more about keeping an eye on areas where they weren't.
Okay. So where do you want the Vanguard? I'll throw them on the map, or not Vanguard, Blood Legacy. You guys can put them where you want them. Boink. Okay, so stick them someplace. And so after you gamble a bit and Jeff loses a decent amount of money and Mav wins a decent amount of money, you're approached by one of the other cowboys. Not the one who's lounging at the big poker table, but looks like one of his flunkies. And he approaches you. He's like, "Hey, y'all, the boss would like to know if you would." And he looks over, and the guy sitting at the poker table just nods. If you would like to play with him, we haven't had any games for a while due to lack of patronage, and
Matt just stands up and says, "Sure."
Oh, good.
We should be like, no, we heard he cheats.
Yeah, I mean, you say what you want to say. You can say that if you want.
Do you want me to say that?
Matt, or Oath can say in the corner or under his breath.
All right.
All right. So the first comment comes out. I'm going to make a perception check. Oh, that was really good. He's like, "Oh, you shouldn't." People who win all the time get accused of cheating. Like back when certain electronical games were all the rage in the prime, they'd yell "hacks," I believe, at the screen when somebody was just good.
Hacks.
The boss is just good, and you hear the boss from the other side says, "Billy, shut up and get them over here."
Oh. Sounds like an oil tycoon.
Thanks, Billy.
So let's zoom in a little bit more on the bigger poker table. No, actually, I'm just going to do it this way. It'll be easier for me if I do it this way. Because we all know this is heading for a fight. No matter what happens here, this is going to be a fight.
Oh, I mean, maybe.
Hey, did the quote unquote police force, are they still watching us? I mean, they are, but
The chair force.
are they? Did anybody come in?
You don't know.
Okay.
They have eyes everywhere.
Literally, there's scrying orbs everywhere.
Yeah.
So we go. Well, I'll get up and go over. I'll go up and introduce myself. Ask the fella his name.
He tips his hat back. Name's Mole Yark. They call
Mav
me
just looks
the
over
gambler.
Mav looks at Jeff and scoffs. Are you going to introduce us? Are you going to herald us?
And I mean, do we? Sure. I don't think anyone here cares. I don't think anyone here cares who you are.
I would like to hear some fancy words come out your mouth.
I'm pretty sure that we care who we are.
Oh, now you care? Now it matters. Okay.
You
But I'm not sure that
heralding
we've ever cared that anyone else knows who we are.
Right.
Yeah,
But we've still
you
done it.
heralding us is not for their benefit; it's for ours.
Right. And
I'm pretty sure anytime you herald us, we get into a fight. So
That's not inaccurate.
I hate you so much. I'll just be like, these are the friggin' granite backs, all right?
Son, I don't know if you're good at your job.
No, I'm not. Not today. I don't like this place. It's gross and it smells bad.
There was
Well,
one time.
I'm hoping you play as poorly as you sing songs of others.
I mean, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. I wasn't singing, by the way.
I am fair.
I would ask. So all of the things in here, do they turn off when we play a game, or are you always watching?
Oh, I'm not the one who does the watching around here. That would be the gaming commission.
Gaming commission.
Why are you curious about turning things off there, one?
I know that those allow people to see in spaces that they wouldn't normally be able to see in, and if you can see something we can't see, that gives you an advantage, and that would be cheating.
Oh, he puts his finger up on the side of his head. I'm not sure if you just tried to insult me or not, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take offense.
That's the funniest way that could have been said. And it hurts. Oh, I don't know if you were trying to insult me, so I'm just going to say you did.
Now, you gentlemen seem to have been quite quick to spend a lot of coins.
I have a bit of an addiction. I'm not going to lie. It's it runs in my family. It's actually the reason I've been a slave for a long time. So
Well,
they didn't stop me from buying chips, and now here we are.
so you gambled yourself into slavery?
Yep, lost a lot along the way, and he just kind of fidgets a little bit.
You see his eyes narrow a little bit, and the corner of his mouth kind of pops up a little, like he's trying to fight a smile. He's like, I might decide to like you after all. What do you think? What do you think, Bobby? Well, I think he's a bit small. Right. So you guys, this is going to play pretty much the same way, except the rolls are going to get a little closer to even. So Jeff, you do have your luck ability. You can use that on Mav.
Mm-hmm.
That will not count as cheating.
Okay.
woo.
Can I, before we go into this, give Mav a bardic inspiration?
I'm going to say you can, and Moliark is going to. He's going to ask that we reposition the table so that one of his boys can play, since one of your boys is going to play.
Okay. So it'll be four playing instead of just 2
Yep.
or 3.
We'll keep things nice and fair that way.
Sure. I'm going to. How do I want to do
like
this?
the Undertaker.
I want to say something in our rarest telepathic bond that I feel like he might actually react to physically. Just to see if we are being mentally spied on like we were by the Sultan. I don't know. I don't want to make it insulting enough where he picks up on the fact that I'm trying to trigger him.
What
Right.
What if instead we just talk about our cards? Talk. Like what we
that's
have.
a good idea.
I'm afraid that will be considered cheating. That's why I want to find out if Aurori's telepathic bond is safe or not.
Well, here's my thought.
Hold on a sec. My wife's calling me.
Okay.
Yep.
The bank, I'm moving you next to
Hey,
me
what's up?
where you should
That's-
actually be.
Do it.
What if we
Yeah.
What if we talk about our cards?
But I was going to say fakely, like not our real
I
cards.
don't know. Let me look real quick.
No,
Well,
'cause that
here's
could be
here's
considered-
my thought. Here's my thought. Talk about the cards in a way where you're giving information without holy cow, total thought derailment.
Yeah, basically you're trying to conceal what you're talking about.
Yeah, without actually saying, okay, I have this, you have this, here's what
So-
we should do.
Remember that army that we fought that had 100 of these?
Well, no, here's in a way that because
If we have to talk in code as persons in real life, my brain's gonna pop.
no,
I think we need to
well,
just establish that we have a code.
Well, here's my the thought and concern here is that if we talk about things in code,
All right. So,
then if we talk about things in code, the concern is that we will be perceived by not just him, but by the scrying orbs and everything else as actually cheating.
Yeah, even if it's fake.
But if we do talk,
I would want to talk openly, but just fake information.
Fake news.
Fake news.
okay. So are you gonna? I missed it because my wife, she never calls me, and so
yeah,
she wanted to know if there was anything left over for dinner. She forgot we were playing. I was like, I
Oh,
just forget we're playing. We haven't been doing this for like 4 years.
we were just talking about using very telepathic bond to
Yeah.
to give fake
Deceive.
information, but we want to be careful because
I still think it's a really good idea.
yeah, so do I.
I think if we say something like to the extent of needing to win here so that we can buy back like XYZ, I don't know, it's like something major, so that he can get the reaction that he's looking for out of him. I think that would
All
work.
right.
Right.
So you guys can drop a bait and see if he makes any motion. So Jeff, you can go ahead and make an insight check when bait drops.
Would Mav also be able to?
Yep. This is a planned thing, sort of.
Oh my God.
baby.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's good you're doing it.
freaking epic.
So you guys drop a hint, and I'm not going to give you a whole lot of these discussionary things, just because there'll be a few that make sense that you make on the way to the casino, but
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
too much. But he definitely can hear you.
Okay.
Like you I don't know what you drop, but let's just say you talk about how one of you is in serious debt and needs to do almost anything to get out of it, and he
Mhm,
looks
yeah.
right at the person you're talking about.
Gotcha. Okay.
So good. Dude, that roll was legit.
Yeah. So he can definitely hear your bond.
Okay. I am going to turn it off.
Are you? Okay.
I feel like I don't want to have any implication that we could actually be guilty if we get to.
Can we have it on but just not be using it?
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah, but it's one of
Oh,
those
okay.
things like if you rob a bank, or if you go into a bank and you have a gun, were you actually robbing it, or
Yeah.
You have on you burglar's tools if you have
Yeah.
a hammer while you're breaking into someone's house, and that actually ups your charges pretty decent.
Okay.
What if we do this?
Oh no!
What
Here
if-
it
You
is.
are not allowed to say anything after laughing like that.
No,
That's
no,
like,
no, I got
I'm
it.
not allowed.
No.
No, I mean,
It's real good, you can tell.
what if we just memorize a script and talk in our head, but not have Rare's telepathic bond up?
Wait, what did you just say?
we fake a conversation?
Yeah.
In our head,
Like we
but
time it.
telepathic bond is not up.
No, you can't do that. That's
Why? It would be
Okay.
it would be like simulating a thieves' cant with each other, except not actually doing it because no one has telepathic bond. That's what it'd be like.
Yeah.
the timing of that to actually be anything close to sensible. is-
Or we could just be really good at it.
Mav is just like, man, this lag is terrible in my head.
Right.
The lag.
What shielding do they use in here?
I like it.
Yeah, so
All
do I.
I would say then this will be the last of your pre-casino setup notions.
Yeah, that's fun.
That the plan was if you figured out that he can hear your telepathic bond, you have certain phrases that you're all responsible for thinking in your head loudly when certain events happen.
Yeah.
So that way you're not talking over each other, and so you each have a planned script to.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright.
glad
That's
this
a
was
good
being
idea.
allowed at the time because this is something we totally should have thought about before coming in here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm really this is
That's
fun.
okay. That's all right.
We're all like, okay, excuse us, we have to leave for like 15 minutes.
We have to go hatch our plan of how we're gonna get you to fight us.
we gotta talk some things over. Yeah, so funny.
Yep. All right. So, you've gotten into some pre-setup. You sit down at the table. Let's make some rolls. I'll roll twice. You each roll. It is going to be 25 chips a hand. Yeah.
Okay.
Mav, you have what I gave you, right? You're keeping track of that?
Oh,
have
you
that?
keep track of that, sure.
I just took out the soul coins from my inventory, but basically they're
Yeah.
yours.
I got 250 chips then.
Jeff's just gonna like stack up all those chips nicely on the table, make it look like a professional like thing.
If you tell me to
Jeff, you
more-
gotta re-roll that.
No, that's not his roll.
That's your 31. Gotcha.
Mav, if you need me to get more, too, just say.
Sounds good.
So Jeff's gonna do that. I'm also going to see, is there a gift shop?
No, there's not a gift shop.
I'm going to ask. I'm gonna ask, just kind of nonchalantly. Do you guys sell sunglasses? Like, I don't. I got a tick, and I need some sunglasses.
I have a tell.
Right.
Please, I need to hide it.
Yeah.
So
But
Billy goes
my
forward.
eyes. Do you have sunglasses?
Oh, you need some sunglasses? I got some sunglasses right here. And he goes to pull them out, and the gambler just slaps him. He's like, "What are you doing?" Oh, I'm sorry. I was being polite.
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna look at him and go, bless your heart. Can I have those? I'm gonna like side up to him, like, can I have those?
How about we just play?
All right.
How about we play for the sunglasses?
I really just honestly wanted some sunglasses to go with my Russian mobster.
Okay. Othic is asked to step back from the table.
Yep, I'll comply.
All right. Jeff, I do need a D20 roll from you.
I'm sorry, I missed that. D20 roll. Huzzah! That's not bad.
It's not bad. So the hand goes around it's pretty tight, and Mav just barely edges out a win over the gambler. Yep. Bobby is not so good. So
So is that double or quadruple or
That would be
triple?
triple.
Okay, so I won
yours
both.
plus triple. If you win, you get 100. You put a 25 in, you get 100 out.
Okay. Okay.
So you gain 75.
And then did Jeff lose?
Yes, and then Jeff loses another 25.
Because there's only one winner.
Yep.
Okay.
All
right.
4.
Let's go again.
Oh, so close to a 20.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
Burn it.
All right.
It's almost like Jeff is purposely throwing the game.
let's see if that turns out to be the case. That one is going to go in the gambler's favor.
Mike, I don't know if it matters. Are you letting Mav have a +1 on his rolls because he has the Bardic Inspiration?
No, he can use the Bardic Inspiration, but he's not getting a +1 on his roll. So if he rolls really poorly in what looks to be is going to be a good hand,
Yep.
he can definitely go. I'm going to add that.
Right.
Which one is Bill? Is the one playing? Who's this guy?
Bobby.
Bobby. I'm gonna go hang out with Bobby.
All right.
Is he as equally as intelligent?
Him and Billy seem to have about the exact same amount of brains.
All right. I will. I'll ask him where he got his hat from and stuff like that.
Okay. Is that your next two rolls?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, the gambler's going to win another one here, guys.
Thanex, see if you can get me some sunglasses.
Yeah, I'll ask him. Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ask Bobby for some sunglasses. Hey, okay. I need some sunglasses, Bobby.
So, Bobby goes, well, I got some, and you hear a click, click, and the gambler has a crossbow pointed right at Bobby. I swear, if you pull out those sunglasses.
This is great. Oh my god.
What if we get him to murder his own people?
Oh my gosh, if we could do that, I don't know that the Grand Advance need to do anything else after that. We just retire.
It's like we no longer have any intention to fight him. We're just going to get him to murder all of his own subjects. So he's just alone in this place.
All right, boys.
Oh my gosh, too funny.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Dang it.
Holy cow,
Oh my gosh, your rolls. What the heck?
You really are bad at this game.
That is going to be 3 for the gambler.
Yeah,
really
but
he got that 20 when we needed it.
Gambling's the thing that got me to be a eunuch in the king's palace.
Yeah, we're all aware.
Oh, Mav's coming in. He's like, I want my money back. He's rolling. It's casino night.
Frick.
Jeez.
Oh, Mav, you can have that one.
Okay.
All right. This incoming is hand 5, and the gambler goes, boys, look, I'm used to playing for a lot more, and I think, Jeffrey, you are as well.
Yeah.
Let's say we push the limits here a bit.
I pull forward 100 coins instead of 50 or 25.
Yeah, that's a little more towards my taste. Let's take this for a spin, huh? What about you, Mav and me?
Pulls it out.
Yeah.
One out.
I like you boys.
I think you broke his Tony.
Slaps his. I'm gonna put my balls in your drum set.
Oh, that's good. That one's gonna go to the gambler, gentlemen. And Billy looks over. He's like, "Boss, I ain't got no more money."
He had to put it up his own way. He's gonna shoot his guys. He's stealing from them. Oh, this guy's amazing.
Is he tapping out with Bob?
The gambler says, I just paid you yesterday. He's like, I know, but I went over to Bearhold and
I
visited
know, but you
Sue.
just took $800 from me.
and right, and well, I went to the Spicy Pixie, and well,
The pixies are spicy.
and the gambler just rubs his head. He's like, "You are a moron." and the guard goes, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am." And he gets up from the table and walks away. So now I'm only down to just the gambler.
All right. Next hand.
I don't. Yeah, hold on. I got to drop a dice. I don't get 2 rolls anymore. All right, go for it.
Ooh, there's finally something over a 10.
It is over a 10. You guys do beat the gambler.
But I still lose money.
Yep, Jeffrey is.
We still do 100
I
hand,
got
right?
300 now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
200 plus 100.
Yep.
Mav is going to look at Jeffrey and ask him how much coins he has.
I have 185 more, and I push them all to the center of the thing.
Oh, snap!
Oh.
Mav's going to
indeed.
slide all 425 in.
You can't. Now I've got. Stays in the pot if I win.
Are we all? Listen, boys. If we want to play for big money, we can. But I think we should play for something more interesting than a handful of chips, don't you?
I start unzipping my pants. I don't. To be real, I don't have zippers because I don't think those have been invented yet. Or at
They
least
have
not
actually. The
mass-produced.
Tornado Squad
Tracksuit.
owns the patent on them.
That's right, yeah. And the tracksuit definitely has zippers.
Yep.
Yeah,
They found them in the wares and they patented them.
I'll ask him what. Well, I still have chips though. So, what's he suggesting?
Well, it's been a long time since I had folks around here whose indentured servitude I could have for a number of years. What if we gamble a year of your lives against something that you consider to be of equal value?
Versus something.
Sure. What would Mav consider equal value?
Mav, a year of your life isn't a big deal. You're a bastion. To me, a year of my life is a big deal. I don't actually live as long as a dwarf does.
Well, if Mav keeps going, he's not going to either.
Yeah, a year of Mav's life is like a minute.
True. I'll suck some stuff up, age a few years, feel like I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time, man.
Well, I can see that I have stumped you with this conundrum. Perhaps you could reflect on why you're in the hills in the first place. People of your kind don't normally come here by accident.
No, we followed a lobster god into the boiling pot, and it didn't go well.
Well, that'll do. Old Billy she comes through here once in a while. She is a train wreck of misfortune.
Do you have any way of getting a hold of her?
Maybe.
I will put on the line the year of life for the ability to have you tell Bubbles to come and help us.
I said maybe. I don't feel like that is something I could 100% carry through on, and so I would keep it off the table.
So you can't send messages to Billy? To Bill?
There's a chain that has to happen when it comes to things like that.
Oh, I'm totally gonna do the thing. So you're saying you're not strong enough. Like I'm gonna do that thing where I like challenge his manhood a little bit. Like, oh, so you're saying you can't do it? I get it. It's okay.
Make a persuasion check.
You are totally gonna get punched here pretty soon.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we need.
Ooh, buddy, 24.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
I'm going straight for the Ghiblies.
He chews his bottom lip. He says, "I never said I couldn't do it. Billy, get over here."
I'm going to follow up. So you're scared. You're saying you're scared. Okay. No, it's okay. I understand. I completely understand. And I'm actually going to start gathering up my chips to get up from the table.
Sit your carcass down. Hold on. Billy, go get me the messenger. And Billy says, "Are you sure, boss? That's last time you get me them." And okay. And off he runs. He's like, I'll get your message out.
Well, now I don't know if I believe that you can.
I'll get it out.
I might need a test.
Don't push your luck.
I think that's the only thing. I'm just going to say, I think that's the only thing I'm good at.
What about you? You're the one holding most of my money. He's looking over at Mav.
Mav, you should have way more than 425 at this point, shouldn't you?
No, he's lost a few hands too.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
He's won more than you, which is none.
I'm a professional.
Mav pulls out a contract.
Ooh.
He sits back and whistles. He's like, "Nah, this guy knows how to speak his way around the hills. What's you gonna write in that?"
Yeah, he belongs here. I don't.
Mav would not be okay with having a demon as a pet or fiend. That would probably not be good. Is there something that would be beneficial to the order if it were to happen down here?
What if we make him a confidential informant?
For a
You
year?
know that faithful servants of the order, their souls are highly prized commodities if they get captured in something like a cursed ring or a mirror of life trapping or something like that.
So, how many of those would be worth the servitude of the Bastion?
You're gonna let him know you're a bastion?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. I'll start with how many is that worth?
Oh, that's a tall order. There's not a lot of things that I'm gonna tell you that I can't do, but that's outside my pay grade.
Mav is gonna look at one of the arcane eyes and suck it up, and say, "What if it's for bastions?"
Well,
Adam, I don't know if you're frozen or no, you're not.
No, I'm not.
He's just enjoying the show.
Enjoying the show.
Hell yeah.
Bobby, get me. Go get the calculator.
I thought he was going to say to go get the good scotch.
So Bobby runs off. He comes back real quickly, and he has a gnomish looking fiend with a real long beard, kind of thrown over.
I totally expect you to say he has a gnome.
The calculator is a gnome.
But it's got those characteristics that you've begun to realize that it's not a regular humanoid that you'd expect. It's a fiend. It's a fiend in a gnomish form. And this guy's playing with his fingers, and Moliarch leans over to him and goes, How much is that? How much am I going to have to pay in taxes if I strike this?" And the calculator starts. You watch his eyes kind of roll back into his head, and he spews out a number. And make perception checks because they're whispering this. Thanak, you're pretty close, so you can make it at advantage.
It was a what?
Perception.
Ever the definitely listener.
Complete opposites.
Othing is absolutely too far away.
What?
Double tens.
All right.
And I have a +1, so I have a 33.
Okay. Mav, you hear him and the calculator talking about taxes, and the calculator says that the taxes on a year of servitude of yours as a bastion against a soul, that the gambler would end up owing about $3 million in taxes.
As in, I'm worth that much more, or like that's a good deal for him?
That's it. You're worth. That transaction is going to force him to have to pay that much.
Oh, okay. Which, in essence, is good.
It is good. So that means he would get a lot of mileage out of you.
Mav starts taking his pants off.
Gambler sits back and he's flipping a chip through his fingers. Well. And he gets a smile on his face, and Billy comes back with a tall, skinny woman with her features seem very elongated, like her arms and legs and neck all seem longer than they should. But other than that, she has the look of an elf about her. And she's like, "You need me to contact someone difficult for you, Moliark?" He's like, "I might. How much is it going to cost me if I need to get hold of old Bill Dillyplop?" "You want me to contact a demigod for you?" "Yeah, that's what I said."
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
"That's going to be quite expensive. I can't give you an exact total now because I'm not sure of her state, but hundreds of thousands most likely."
Her state is occupied.
"Well, all right. Boys, here's the thing. I'm going to need 2 years out of you, and I can make both those requests happen. Throw that up on the table, and we're good to go."
So mine's worth as much as Mav's being a bastion. I love it.
No, yours isn't worth anything near.
I mean, if you want to make an insight check, you could.
Oh.
I can tell you a little bit more about maybe what he's thinking.
Oh,
Jeffrey, you are convinced that
I am worth as much as a bastion.
contacting Billy is worth just as much.
I didn't actually hear what Mav was asking for. What is Mav getting out of this?
a soul.
A freed soul from the order of a faithful that's captured.
Oh, where are they currently?
They are, well, you don't know.
I thought we had picked up on the fact that they're all actually currently in a different place.
That's the Hellborn.
Dang it.
These are souls of people who have been, like, their souls have been stolen from them.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Or bartered away. Because it does happen every once in a while that somebody good will barter their soul away in order to save somebody else.
You know, like what we're doing right now.
Then I jump in there at the inspirational stuff.
That does happen. Who would do such a thing? It's so stupid.
I don't know. That's just stupid.
I'm in. I will do this. I am very leery about this because a simple D20 roll can go all of the wrong.
My wife is coming in to say hi.
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 What am I feeling? Different. I'll explain later. I'm still dizzy, but my headache is.
It's what D&D does for people.
No.
Two little drive-by.
Yep. All right.
It was a run by fruiting.
You guys are going to get a few bumps to this D20 roll. Jeff, you have unnerved him. You have angered him. Called him into question. You have set up your scheme, which I made a roll for, and it does appear to be working.
Also, in the contract, I'm going to write it out and say, contact the Diddleplop if he's actually able to, in parentheses.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're my favorite.
And then he has to pay any taxes owed on the transaction.
And what?
And he has to pay any taxes owed on the transaction.
Ooh.
You should probably write in there a contingency if he's not able to deliver services.
Ooh, very true.
While this is happening, I'm going to ask, which one am I standing by, Billy?
Bobby.
Yeah.
If he has any sunglasses.
No, you're
No.
not. You're standing by Bob.
No, I'll ask the messenger chick if she has any sunglasses.
No.
Freaking everyone that rolls through this joint.
Yeah. Hey, has anybody got sunglasses?
We really need to get the halfling some sunglasses.
and like, does she leave?
Yes.
So as she leaves, I'm gonna ask Billy what their relation is. Is there as in the gambler and the messenger?
Oh,
Like, are they like an item?
No, nothing like that. But boss sometimes gets himself into situations where, and you hear click, click, Billy. And Billy wraps up real quick. Or sometimes he's in a little deep. He hides behind you. Okay. So,
Billy and
Mav,
Bobby are my favorite.
because of the setup, you and Jeffrey are going to have advantage on your rolls against the gambler. And Mav, you do have your bardic inspiration.
Yeah, it's gonna get used.
I'm sure it is. So,
I would like to, if I can, during the hand, deceive him into believing that I have an absolute crap hand, but to make him feel as though I am trying to bluff that I have a good hand.
Now would definitely be the time where we should start our.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, that's one of the things
It's
that
bingo,
you're
yeah.
doing. Yeah, that's why I'm giving him advantage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that has played into the getting advantage.
Okay.
So
I'm trying
Jeff,
to get him to up the ante. I'm trying to see if I can get him to feel as though he is in a safe place, and that
Okay.
I feel as though I'm backed into a corner, and I'm trying to use my bardic wiles to deceive him. It's kind of like that double deception level.
Yeah. Make a deception check then.
Still 21, so not too
All
bad.
right, let me make an insight roll. He does not seem to bite on that.
Okay. All right, and then we'll roll an advantage for.
You guys roll at advantage.
I feel like our script is probably something along the lines of just being like, Jeff, don't lose this, you moron.
I think I had a 13. I didn't actually see what the other number was that rolled out there.
A 9.
Was it?
Wait, what was the question?
I don't know. I'm gonna use my war gong. And I think that's rough. 2 5s, Mav.
Wow.
Jeez, dude.
Do you guys need me to share the screenshot of the nat 20 I'm sitting on?
Oh.
No, but
Oh,
I do
come on.
want to try and second chance him.
Second chance.
The bardic ability or the gnome ability I have. What am I? I'm a halfling, but it's an attack roll only, so I
Yeah.
don't think it'll work.
So the hands go out, and it's looking okay, and you guys are trying your shenanigans, and he just lays out a straight flush. He's like, boys, welcome to my service.
So here's the question. Did he actually cheat? Like,
Two.
did the gambler actually cheat? This would be the time to look at your cards to see if what he rolled was even possible.
Oh. That's a valid point.
I mean, do you want
Actually, you're the one that's been watching. You're the one with int. Do you want to count the cards?
I mean, I would love to try.
Or you could just call him out and be like, that's not possible, and just say that it's not possible. I've been watching. You could just say that.
Yeah, I will totally call him out and be like, I have been watching every move you make, you cheater.
Make an intimidation check.
We're in so much trouble.
Oh, come on, man. Oh.
He just leans back and he says, "The house watches everything, son. You can try and rile me up with accusations of cheating, but I got your family's Lives on the line for 2 years. Now, the question is, what am I going to have you do for me?
I want to play another hand.
What are you going to wager, son? I already got your life for
But
2.
you've only got me for 2 years.
Oh, you ain't going to make it through to the end of that. I mean, the only thing that you have left is something eternal.
I was just gonna say, you only have me for 2 years. I get what's left.
You're not going to survive the 2 years. You're in for mine. You're mine. You're my servant. You need to do what I tell you to do and carry out the things I tell you to do. If you don't, then you're in violation of the contract and you're dead anyways.
Gotcha.
But I'd be willing to wager for something eternal. And he looks at Mav and he says, him, not you. You're going to end up here anyways.
Jeff knows that.
Oh man.
He doesn't. I'm going to walk over to Mav and I'm just gonna hand him the rest of my chips. And I'll be like, I guess it's all on you.
Oh, no, Jeffrey, you're going to play for him. Because that's so much more interesting.
Mav, are you able to spell turn? Are you able to turn a spell back on somebody, or who does that?
Not me.
Need to do it, but not anymore.
So neither one of you have the ability to turn spells back on somebody?
No.
Oh, all right.
I can flip the table for you right now if you want.
No. I don't want to lose Mav's soul. That doesn't sound like a good idea. What do you think, Mav?
Mav's not sure. It's a pretty big ask.
Can't think of anything else to do in this situation.
The only way he would give up his soul is if a different one was released. From the order.
He would not be able to pull off that wager because he doesn't have any. So he'd have to have possession of one. Well,
Mav would kind of go to him like you couldn't even get one.
Make a persuasion check.
What if, while they're having this conversation, Thanek just pulls out his hammer and smashes his head like Gallagher?
Smashes the gambler's head?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, that definitely starts the fight, but that puts you guys on the hook for breaking the law.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's irrelevant.
It's not really going the way that we were hoping.
Well, you see, here's the thing, Bastion. I need to come out ahead in this.
Sure.
I get Jeff too. I can arrange for one of them to go, for one of your orderlies to go free. I can make some calls, pull some favors in. I can make that happen. But I need to come out ahead, so I get Jeff's soul too.
Mav would look at Jeff.
I don't.
You're already coming here anyways.
Yeah, I don't have one. It's not fair. You know what? Sure. I do want to try and, as we're doing this, kind of survey the scenery, everything that's going on here, and see if I can find any way to actually rig it to look like he is cheating. With either sleight of hand, some sort of shenaniganry, or if there's some sort of like I could stumble into him and slip a card into his pocket kind of situation.
You're sitting across the table from him. You wouldn't be able to do that. And there is an official like dealer at the table.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We could just accuse him of not being able to even deliver on that.
No, we've already goaded him. He's ready to pull the trigger on that, but we need to actually have a trigger.
So, Mav's going to pull out another contract to amend the previous contract.
Okay.
When he's going over to have the gambler sign it, can he also have Jeffrey come over to sign it in agreement with it, and then allow him to pull his shenaniganery then?
You can attempt to do that, but that you guys do run the risk of being caught cheating.
That's true.
My sleight of hand is decent, but I don't know if it's
might
that
pull
high.
it off. But you know the ability for things to see in this area are
phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. Although they did just lose a security camera.
Oh, Mav, can
Mav position himself in a way that would provide some concealment?
I would say if you do it on the side where you sucked up the scrying orb and you position yourself properly, I would give Jeffrey advantage on a sleight of hand check.
I might do that. I'll usher him over to my side to sign with the gambler.
Yeah, okay.
And position myself between any other orb.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check at advantage, Jeff.
Oh, God.
Oh,
21. Still not bad. It's still
not good.
21 is a good roll. We can't take into the fact godlike stats sometimes.
We're playing blackjack.
I mean, it's a 9 plus 12. That's really
we're playing
not
blackjack.
21 is a win on blackjack.
Nobody comes out to stop you. No one is accusing you of cheating at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to what we're doing and we'll play the hand.
Yep.
All right, Jeff. Roll your d20 and I will roll mine. I'm going to I'll let you know now that your cheat was successful, and so I am giving the gambler disadvantage.
Could you remind me what cheat you just did?
He handed something.
I slipped a card into his pocket.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yep. Because I want to try and lose on purpose.
Yes. Can I position myself in a way where I could cast telekinesis at the end and put the card out?
No, I want them to search him. I want them to search him for a card because I know what he's going to do. Search me. He's got cojones. He is confident. I want them to search him and find the card. I want that. I want to lose on purpose.
If they don't, if they
don't. But I'm putting all my money in the hat on.
Yeah,
he's gonna call search me. He's got the confidence. He's that guy, and he's gonna be like search me, and they're gonna search him and pull out a card that'll ruin the winning hand he had.
All right, so I will not give him disadvantage then, since it's your plan, and your plan was to slip something onto him and not ruin his hand.
Yep.
So,
Jeff could take a nat 1.
I could. Guys, I like games of skill, not games of chance.
Yeah. So the gambler wins with a pair of 2s.
Yep.
Wow.
And Jeffrey's like, I got a 7.
I'm pretty sure he won with ace high.
Ace high, a pair of aces. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, no, I know you cheated. I'm gonna go full I know you cheated.
Who cheats with a pair of 2s? That's a pair of 2s, son.
I know it. I know this man has been cheating. That last hand he had, he was cheating. I don't think he cheated on this hand, but he cheated on that last hand, and I know it. I'm just gonna I'm gonna ham it up. I'm gonna play it up, and I'm just gonna be like that disgruntled guy, and I'm I want to speak to the manager. I want to speak to the manager's manager. I will not
Karen
I'm going
before.
full Karen. Full Karen.
Yeah.
Full Karen. All right, make a persuasion check. That's really
Oh my gosh, dude.
So, you just throw an absolute fit, and Billy and Bobby are standing over there. They're kind of next to each other now because this is all unfolding. And Billy's like, "Do you think the boss actually cheated?"
Yeah, if I'm standing over there,
He's
I'll
like-
just ask him. I'll ask him like, how long has he been cheating like this?
Well, we've never seen him cheat. I mean, I was getting ready to shiv all y'all once he lost, so that he didn't lose, but he's never cheated. This is just outrageous. They start yelling about how outrageous it is, and the management finally comes over. The calculator and the collector, they come over and they're like, "What's the problem?" And the gambler goes, "This pipsqueak here just lost him and his friend's soul, and they accuse me of cheating because they want to get out of things." And the collector goes, "All right, Moliark, you know the drill. You were accused of cheating in a high-stakes match that was off the limits of the casino. I'm going to have to pat you down." And he's like, "You are not patting me down." And he's like,
I've been behind him like that, like the sister, like, do it, pat him down.
he's like, "Moliark, don't make me call the bouncer." And you see his face go, "Oh, the bouncer?" All right. And he puts his hands way up in the air, and the gnome starts patting down his legs. And he's like, "Well, somebody's gonna have to pick me up."
I'm as tall as this gnome. I'm like, well, it ain't gonna be me.
I almost thought for a second he was gonna say that he was done and that was gonna be it. So I did not expect that at all. That was great.
Yeah.
So the gambler points to his cronies. "Would you pick him up?" And they pick him up and they kind of hold him out like a
bomb
metal detector at an
Yeah.
airport. And they're waving him up and down the gambler, and they find the card in the pocket, and the collector pulls it out and he's like, What's this? And the gambler immediately, "I don't know how that got there." I didn't cheat.
And full on brother, like, "You knew it. I knew it." And I'm just gonna stomp around all like victoriously.
Oathig is gonna lose it at him cheating. He's gonna lose it.
Loses it.
I'm not gonna draw weapons or anything, but I'm gonna lose it.
So now everybody's yelling, and Oathig has seriously escalated the situation. And the collector says, "I'm not done, cheater. Let me see it. Take off your duster." And the gambler goes, I ain't taking this off since I won it from Clint. And
Clint.
he ain't never getting this. And he's like, "Take it off." And then you hear,
And then all of us go, "Take it off."
you hear these heavy footfalls outside the casino, and he looks over his shoulder. He's like, all right. And he takes off his duster, and as he does, like, slide in his shirt, like, slides up into his hand that is holding several other cards.
I'll look over at Billy and Bobby and go like, "Do you really want to work for a cheat? Why don't you come with us?"
Oh, I would love to, but he owns us.
Well,
Y'all
not
better roll
anymore.
initiative.
Y'all better roll initiative.
No.
All right, so a fight breaks out. And let's see. These guys, right at the start of the fight, increase in size substantially.
Undertaker's coming for us.
The Iron Vanguard, you hear him go, "Oh, crap!"
We'll just look at them and be like, "You got that one."
And the two guys playing Mancala draw weapons on you as well.
Does Blood Legacy cheer?
Oops, wrong guy. Oops, what did I
Oh,
do?
that's right. We do have allies in here. I forgot about.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
They watched this whole thing with like a substantial amount of glee.
I want to know, and only because I need to. Were the princesses impressed with my Karening?
You'll have to ask them later.
No, I was hoping maybe I could see that they were like, "Ooh, we like him."
No, you get the impression more that you reminded them of their mother.
I mean, but don't they kind of like that?
No, sort of,
Oh.
but not really. They like other people's mothers.
They have daddy issues, not mommy issues.
Yeah.
No, their moms all murder them. So,
Right, that's why they have daddy issues.
yeah.
But that's
all
all
right. So, you see two other guys stand up and draw repeater crossbows, and
Ooh.
let's see. That's it. Jeffrey, you're up first because you guys did all roll your initiatives. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just gonna go for it. I haven't had an opportunity to really use this yet, and I know that this guy is.
Did he really roll a 2 for Moliarch for his initiative?
It's been sitting in the tracker this whole time. Yes.
Wow.
Since I added him in. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How many guards are there?
There are 4 guards that have increased substantially in size. You don't know what kinds of fiends they really are, but they are a lot bigger than they were just appearing to be.
Okay. And Billy and Bobby are in that group as well?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 4 guards that are real big and Moliarch. I am just going to tell those boys to sit down, and I'm going to cast Mass Suggestion.
Is there a humanoid restriction on suggestion?
On Mass Suggestion, there is not. It's up to
Okay.
12 creatures of your choice within range. I'm going to tell them to just sit down and mind their own business.
Crisscross applesauce.
So I'm going to target them. Oh, is that the wrong person? Oh, are you rolling? You can just. Go ahead.
Sorry, I already did. I rolled them all in a batch.
DC 19
if you-
Wisdom save. So
If you want to re-roll on them, you can, because not a one of the ones that I rolled made it. So not even close. Actually, the closest one that came was a 14. They are not bright.
Yeah. So I'll tell them to sit down and mind their business. Their boss is a cheater. Unless they want to die, they should just sit down. And that'll be my action, my bonus action. I am going to use my what's it called? Ever. I am always so panicked because I go first all the time. My undeniable logic on the gambler, and I'm just gonna be like, cheaters never win, and I'm just gonna brain pain him, and then he'll have disadvantage on his next dealio.
Okay.
Oh, why am I targeting Thanak? No, don't hurt Thanak. And brain pain. So, because
Alright.
he pulled a weapon to fire on, right? Like,
Oh yeah, their weapons out.
okay. I didn't want to be the first person to make an aggressive move.
No. It's you're pretty sure you are in the clear with getting him to fight with you all.
Okay. And then I'm gonna. Where's Thanak? Thanak's by Billy or Bobby?
I think I was by Billy.
I'm gonna clamber over and hide behind Billy.
Hold on, let me fix that. Billy,
Ask him for his sunglasses.
this guy is Jimmy.
Next round.
He pulls out these giant sunglasses.
I was gonna say, I have to wait for him to get small again. They're way too big, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Thanak, would you run up to him?
Yeah.
Sweet. That sounds.
All right.
And that'll bring us to Jimmy.
All right, who sits down? He's like, oh man, I guess I better wait this out a spell.
So for the
It's
next
kind of
24
my
hours,
business, but it's not really my business.
I'm so
Mav,
glad that I finally actually got a 6th level spell to work. I would just like to point that out for everyone.
Yeah.
Mav is going to tap Oathbig on the shoulder and tell him to go get him, buddy.
Nice.
Ooh, are you using holy weapon?
And then meandering past a little bit.
Oh, I've got 2 holy weapons on actually.
Oh, well, look at
Don't do
that.
that. Don't
All
do
Well,
the
you
that.
have
holy
2
weapons.
weapons.
Well, I might have 1.
And then he is going to. Ooh, he did take damage. He's going to troll the dead. He would have disadvantage on that, though, right?
I would have, so let me re-roll it. I rolled better, so sorry, Mav. Okay, so the sisters smile and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we have been waiting to stab something the whole time we've been here." They run over and the spell blade jumps out in front and she just sinks her rapier straight into Billy. And the other 2 cast magic at him. Now, the way I've worked these guys is they all now have ACs and hit points, and each of the groups has a melee attack and a spell attack based on who's in the group. The attack is different with damages. I did some decent math on it all. So
Very cool.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh,
No, Billy, he complied.
They all
You
come
should
by,
have
but
given us
Hands up,
sunglasses.
don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot.
So funny. And then,
Billy Brown going down.
Was that supposed to be resisted?
it might have been because of the type of damage it was.
Oh, these girls don't have magic weapons? We need to
Shoot. No, the attacks are not that. And this would not be resisted.
Oh.
Actually, it would. Part of it would. Nope, that would not have. Never mind. So, all right. I will add that back. Dang. All right, Billy, where are you at?
That's okay. We can't get all of the calculations ahead.
dang, where did they spot?
Dang.
Megan and I literally just quit that last night.
I like that movie.
Yeah, but who doesn't like that?
Oh, I just rolled another nat 20 for their magic
cow.
attack.
Dude!
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh!
Billy,
They
no.
kill him.
Oh,
They kill Billy. Billy's dead.
Can
That's
I-
so much damage?
Can I look for the sunglasses?
Yeah, you watch as he transforms into his cursed form, and he is this distorted, fiendish-looking humanoid wearing armor that looks like it's actually soldered onto him.
Oh.
And sitting like right at the collar of the armor is a small pair of sunglasses. Wow.
Yoink.
Bobby yells out, "You killed my brother!" But for some reason, that's his business, not mine. I'm just going to sit down.
Wow, that's excellent. So
Oh, man, that's so funny. All right, so Blood Legacy is going to come running in here and take on Bobby now. So let's see. Where is... Yep.
Oh,
Why Oh, that's why. I got the syntax of the attack wrong here. Hold on just a sec. I got to add damage to it. There it goes. All right, so Var comes running in with his great axe, and he is going to go ahead and hit with that, and he's going to do about 40 points of damage, and then wrong roll, and then his drow are going to come in and do. Wow, that's really weird. I rolled the exact same damage, like with two different sets of. That's almost. I mean, it's not statistically impossible, but that's really crazy. They both hit for about 43 points of damage on
just
Bobby.
Tony has shades on.
Oh my god.
James looks over. He's like, I really think we should help out the boss, but maybe we should finish our game first because it's really none of our business. And he sits back down at the man count table.
Oh my god.
Fanak, you're up.
That was so great.
I am going to cast Blade.
Okay.
Hey, that's wrong, but and make an attack. Hit. Okay, and then again.
That's so sad you did less damage with the +4.
I know. And then again. Wow. And then one more time. And that was a good one.
That was a good one.
All right, and then that's my turn.
All right, so the Iron Vanguard is up next, and they're going to make their 2 attacks. Melee attack will be successful. Oh, that's terrible damage, though.
They're attacking Bobby.
Yeah, they're attacking Bobby. I don't have their damage set up right. That's why it's terrible. It should be... It's 19 plus 10. So that's 39 points of damage on Bobby. And Bobby is now dead.
Oh,
Bye, Bobby.
Bobby!
Dang it, Bobby.
And then they're going to cast their spell, their wizard. They don't need to move to do this. At Moliark. And they're going to clobber him for bunch O damage.
Bunch of damage.
Bunch of
All right. Ophig, you're up.
hot dog. Right there. You know Pincer's coming out. And 3 attacks.
Can't actually see what. So. They're polarized, and my screens are actually polarized in the opposite direction my glasses are. They just the entire time.
And then plus some 2d8. I'll just roll all the 2d8s at the end.
Okay.
They should roll with your attack.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
They did, actually.
Oh yeah, you put it on. Yeah. All right. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
There
you're
you
welcome
go.
to re-roll them at the end, but
No, not necessary at all. Necessary. Heavy damage. Oh snap!
no.
What's up?
Oh, man.
You guys are going to kill this fairly decently hard fight like
Dude.
Wow.
in round 1.
Well, I think I'm done.
The fight wasn't supposed to be the hard part. It was being being innocent of it.
Yeah.
you sure you don't
Yeah.
want to action surge?
I'm sure I can't, unfortunately,
Why can't you?
because I already used it, and we haven't had a rest in between.
When? You would have had a rest in between.
We would have. Well, then I'm going to action surge.
When
Yeah.
did you action surge?
I don't remember, but I did because I subtracted it, and I always keep track.
No,
of it.
you would have, because the last fight you guys got in was in Echidna's dungeon.
Yeah.
And then on the ship, but you still traveled days.
Yeah,
so,
we had 3 days of travel on the ship.
yeah, you're good.
We haven't
Oh,
had a fight
yeah, okay.
since the ship.
Oh, okay. No, we fought on the ship. Okay, yeah, but we have multiple days, so okay.
Yeah, you had days through the forest.
Okay, yeah. All right. 3 more attacks coming up.
Man.
Oh, that'll make up for it.
That's it. That's the end of him. He's so dead.
Yeah!
Oh man.
Pincer for the win!
So, you
didn't
just
get to
clean
go.
the floor with this guy. Which you're so lucky he didn't get to go, but it's okay. I mean, having a mass mind domination spell in his back pocket is a pretty powerful go-to. So James and Jimmy are like, well, did you see what they did to the Bobby and the Billy? We're going to play Mancala.
It's a good thing that's none of our business.
They are now released from his contract, so they don't care.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, since everybody else is dead, we're going to finish our game.
All right, good luck.
And Moliark is dead. The contract that you signed with him before turns to ash. But all of the resources at the table stay, so you guys would claim an extra 1,000 soul coins worth of chips that he was packing.
Nice.
Jeff, you can have 500 of that.
So what was the total?
You get 500, I get 500.
Thank
Yep.
you.
There is also a really sweet-looking cowboy duster.
Taking it. Wait, hold on. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to walk over to Thanak and be like, I look better on you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll pick up one of the dead cowboy's hats.
Okay.
Now I'm the Undertaker. But I'm like a little mini Undertaker.
Because I definitely wouldn't look good with a duster on, but Thanak, I think, would look pretty baller.
You already, I mean, I think having a duster and a tracksuit is just, it's too much power.
It's true. And it would totally look like that guy who's still putting together like rank 1 gear in an RBG.
Yes, he's in a
Tier 1 and Tier 2 set.
leveling zone.
Yeah. He's got his leftover like really nice stuff from max level, and the expansion just came out.
Yeah.
All right. Thanak, you put this on, and I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
I don't know if I would put it on.
No, too late. Didn't even kind of check it.
I didn't. All right.
Jeff is just shoving it onto you.
I was like, I was trying to put it on you. So
Yeah. Guess that's
Jeff,
fair.
Jeff.
You can help me with that, or
Go
are
ahead,
you
go ahead
ruining
and
my
roll
life?
that.
Oh, come on.
You put it on.
So, all right. You feel that when you first put this thing on, it kind of struggles with you for dominance, but then you manage to dominate it just barely. What's your attunement? Are you fully attuned?
I'm full, yeah.
Okay. Then you currently have no benefits from it. But when you put this on, you hear, "Wah!"
Yes.
And everybody in the casino turns and looks at you, and suddenly you are smoking a cigar.
Yes. Is it like a cigarillo?
It's
A real big one?
yeah.
Yes, excellent.
And you're holding it with your teeth instead of with your lip, because that's how you do.
That's how you do.
All right.
Do I know what this does?
You do not yet. You'll have to spend some time identifying it.
That's fine. I can do that.
All right. So yeah, you guys have succeeded in what you came here to do. The casino is obviously upset about what has just happened, but you are vindicated when the bouncer shows up, who comes in. This dude's a brute. He does not look like he has enhanced his size magically, and he is already 14 feet tall.
I know exactly what that is, Ryan.
Yep.
Exactly.
So he walks in a fistful of nickels.
Yeah.
Looks at the calculator in the counter and asks him if everything's okay. And his voice alone, like, you don't have to make a saving throw for it, but you can tell it strikes fear into the hearts of people who hear him speak.
Ooh.
Who is this man?
The bouncer.
Oh, the bouncer.
And the calculator and the counter tell him they have it under control, that they don't need his services, and he turns around and leaves. And then they ask you to gather your things and vacate their establishment.
Mav walks over to the depository and slides over all of his checks or all of his coins.
Same
for soul coins.
You guys cash in.
Yeah, how much damage was just caused?
To the casino?
Yeah.
Not a lot. It's mostly mess. Var flipped an entire poker table over just because.
Yeah.
He definitely
It
didn't
wasn't
need
even
to.
in the way. It was behind him.
He kind of ran out of the way to throw it over.
I don't know what Adam was thinking, but it kind of sounds like he's going where I was going to go. I'm gonna leave 5 soul coins behind for the house.
Okay, you tip the house. So
I kind of still want to go Karen and see if I can get more money out
Oh
of him.
my god.
I don't. Jeffrey's not that person though, so I won't.
So you guys should probably leave well enough alone because you really both almost lost your.
Yeah. That would have been
It
awful.
has ready to be done for the day.
It's like it was a big deal.
Yeah,
Like I
Adam's
love
mission
the fact
accomplished,
that
so we should
we
get out of
really had to go deep for
Right.
it. So
Yeah.
Like I said though, Jeffrey is a gambling guy. So no, I don't want to. What do we get for these chips? 2 or 3? So 685 gets us what? I don't remember what.
I already get the 1,000 that's cashed in.
Oh,
Yeah.
soul
So
coins
you
worth?
got yes, you would get what you spent back, and then you gain. He had 1,000 soul coins worth of chips on him.
Oh,
So I'll get the 100. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yep.
So I'll now have 1,500 soul coins. That's
How did you get?
no. You got 500 soul coins because I got 500.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So I'll have 1,000.
What?
No.
How did you get?
you
No.
We started
I-
with 250.
Yes, you will have 750.
I put in 50, not 500. That's right. Because I
Oh,
earned
I
I
get it.
earned some.
So I have 8,000 then. No.
No, Adam, I have more because I actually profited in the bar.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you didn't profit 800 worth.
No,
Yeah.
I did
I-
the math
yeah.
wrong.
I know.
Conversion. Because he said I get back what I spent, and I had 500, but I had 500 chips, not
Chips.
500 coins.
Ryan, add your soul coins back as well.
Just the 5?
Yeah, just the 5.
Okay.
I would have given you back your 5 soul coins.
Cool. You could have kept it. I mean, that was fun.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do now? You beat my casino puzzle.
We gotta
Um,
go back and talk to
Yes,
Sultan?
let's
Is his name?
directly go back to.
No.
Let's
No,
We're going to go spend some time around town. Hit the town. We just one
the
day.
town?
yeah, go get some
Find,
food.
find some local establishments. Share some memories.
Okay.
so real quick though, do we know where the messenger?
No, you don't. She left before you started the fight.
I'm gonna go over by Jimmy and James and let them know that I would like to speak with the messenger. Since your boss cheated, I think I rightfully still should get my message, and I'll leave them with that message to pass on to wherever they feel like they need to, and I'll give them 5 soul coins. I'll just toss 5 soul coins onto the table because I know
They're
they're
like,
not indentured anymore.
yeah, right. They're like, well, thank you for the soul coins, but we don't work for anyone anymore. And I think we're gonna keep it that way for a while. Because if you want us to go wrangle up the messenger, it's gonna cost quite a few more than 5 soul coins, and we are not inclined to rack up a debt currently.
And take the coins back. Fine.
No, I'll leave them on the table because I feel like I just transacted for a pretty decent amount of information. So I feel like that knowledge is a good thing to know, that even just summoning the messenger is a big deal here. Okay.
Yeah. Would you want to explore that a little more?
Yeah.
Because five for info is decent, and this is important info, but it's not super secretive stuff because it's a business transaction. That it cost him 5,000 soul coins just to summon her.
Whoa!
Oh.
She is the only one in Avernus that is not government or royalty that is allowed to contact the outer planes.
Yikes.
And just getting to talk to her costs $5,000.
Yep.
What the heck?
I mean, when you have a monopoly,
Jeez.
And I mean, that's why he was very hesitant to call her, and that's why Billy was like, "Are you sure?"
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
These guys said they don't want to work for anybody for a while.
I think the word would be ever, but they know better.
They know better. No, people like us always end up serving somebody. I would like to see if I can get any information out of them for if their boss actually could have acquired what Mavamine was asking for.
For another coin, throw another coin in that, and they would say most certainly. He's like, they say, well, there's two types of people running around here. Well, actually, there's a lot more than two, but categorically speaking, there's people with connections and people without. And Moliarch, there, the Dusted, was very well connected.
He seems very disconnected now.
Well, yes, he does, and we thank you very much for that.
All right.
What was Moliarch? Like when he reverted to Phoenix.
Dirtbag.
Yeah.
Dirtbag. Hold on.
A literal bag o' dirt.
This
Started
turns
with
into
a
like
B,
one of those
didn't it?
Eureka vacuum bags.
He was one of these guys. Except he had a bit of a Western feel going on.
That's vile.
Right, yeah.
That's what Gia eventually becomes.
Yeah, he's just a nasty pile of nasty.
Does he smell?
Well, he dissolved into or decayed into ash. So.
Here's my question: does he smell like he looks like he should smell?
And
does the coat smell like he looks like he should smell?
No, it does not.
Okay.
The coat smells of desert and high winds and pale riding.
Yes.
Yes.
Smells like your back.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Pale rider on the white
Pale
horse.
riding. Oh, I could.
P-A-I-L. You're hearing it wrong. It's P-A-I-L. It's pale riding.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll make a helmet out of it.
Make a bridge out of it.
You're going to spend some time about. I'm going to have you each detract another 5 soul coins apiece as you spend some time in local establishments. We will. Let's see.
Whenever I get back to my bear, can I have her made into an albino?
You want to bleach your bear?
Let's just go find you a polar bear.
On a pale bear, he rides.
Let's just go steal you a polar bear. I'm sure they got him in Stygia.
He rides. He's
All
Wanted.
Oh, that's great. You totally rewrite the song right now. I hear.
So, but you make it back to the Sultan within a reasonable amount of time. He is very pleased with your performance, and he's very pleased with your discretion. I appear to have chosen solid business partners. So, where would you like to go? This arrangement was for passage. I can grant that to you.
I heard pasta.
Nah, that would be this accent. You wanted the pasta.
Man,
I don't actually remember where we were trying to go.
we're trying to go.
We're going to
Felagos.
Yep, that's where we're trying to go. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
So I've kind of unofficially made it a mission that I want to collect weapons from different areas. So before we leave here, does he know if here would be the best place to get kind of like a unique weapon along the same lines of the weapons that I'm currently carrying? How much would they be?
He said, "Of course, this would be a fantastic place to get unique weapons. If you're looking for something non-magical, there is There's 1 or 2 functioning shops still in town that would sell proper, non-magical gear. If you're looking for something with a bit more punch, it's not the type of thing he collects. He finds weapons to be a little on the blasé side. He has a few very unique ones that he's unwilling to part with, but he just doesn't collect them. But he says if you're looking for something very interesting, you would want to find Richie.
There is Richie.
Richie's usually walking the streets of either Bitterhold or Nightborough. He is a greasy, and he looks dwarfkin.
He's an Azer.
He's a little disreputable, but he has the goods you're looking for.
I was really hoping you'd say he's hot-headed.
Oh, no.
Did he want anything for that information?
No, you're working in a partnership with him, so it is what fulfills the levels of the partnership. This is not a tit-for-tat relationship anymore. This is a fluid partnership. If it gets to be something big, then yes, he'll want something. But if it's just chit-chat and small talk, it's not an exchange.
Kind of like the ledgers will equal out eventually.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what he's counting on.
Is it that Richie floats between the 2 places?
Yeah, he's a traveling merchant.
Which 2 are they on the map? The
2 cities around the mountain.
Oh, the 2 cities around the mountain. Okay, so
Nearish by.
So can I try to find him?
Yeah. It takes you the better part of the day to track him down. You have to ask a few people, and they're like, yeah, he was through here not too long ago, so he's probably over here now. When you find him, you see you've met Dwergar, but this is something different. It's at first you think he's a disheveled Dwergar, but when he turns around and looks at you, his eyes are huge and they're completely pale. There are no pupils in them at all. He's skinny, he's haggard looking, and he's, hi, what can I do for you? I'm Richie.
What's his name? Sent us? What is it?
The Sultan.
That's the only name that we know him by.
Yep.
Right? So I'm just going to tell him that the Sultan sent me to look for him because...
He looks really nervous. He's like,
no.
Why is he looking for me?
No, I'm looking for you. The Sultan sent
Why
me
are
to
you looking for me?
because of certain inventory that you have that I'm interested in.
Well, what do you want? He opens up one side of his coat and it's full of like needles. He's like, you want some of this?
No, it's on your other side of your coat.
Is this guy the pediatrician?
Dude. He opens up the other side of his coat and it's full of potions. He's like, you looking for some of this?
Ryan, are we with you or did you go by yourself?
I don't know.
I would have accompanied you if you would have let me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stop anyone from coming with. I'm just looking for an area weapon.
Yeah, he's showing off things that have other useful question mark stuff.
Oh
and
yeah,
Jeffrey,
that's not
Jeffrey
interesting to me,
know.
but it's probably interesting for you. No, I'm going to tell him that I'm looking for weapons on par with what I'm. So magical weapons that he's in possession, according to the Sultan.
Goodbye, Mike.
Yeah, I want to ask him about the syringes because that sounds interesting.
Oh, don't get
It
it.
disappeared right when Harambe showed up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at him, he's pretty.
Mike got scared.
Did you hear what I
Yeah.
said, Mike? Last.
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
So he says, oh, you're looking for this. And he opens up the first side of his coat and now it's full of like miniaturized looking weapons. And he's like,
You need that.
you're looking for, and he pulls out this glaive, and it's long, and it looks like it's made of obsidian. He's like, but it's not. Just looks that way. Watch this, and he grabs puts both of his hands on it, and the head of the glaive lights up with black fire. He's like, this'll do you something.
Does he have a cool hammer?
He opens up the other side of his coat. I got several cool hammers.
Dude,
And you
this-
just see a display of hammers.
This coat is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'll start
Can you-
playing with my coat. Does that do that?
No, but as you fluff it a little bit, like a cloud of dust goes out from it, and you hear the noise again.
It's like a cloak of billowing.
It is the upgraded cloak of billowing.
That's great.
So you start messing with your cloak, and he sees that, and he looks at you, and he's like, "You're the ones."
When he says that, I'll make the noise again.
Jeffrey's gonna try and herald us before this guy and announce us as whatever title I feel like would suit. Let's see, what would suit our title?
The Gambler Breaker.
No, the Granite Dusters.
Oh no,
Granite Dusters.
What is it? We took the house, or we beat the house.
You got to
Yeah.
roll for it, man. You got to roll.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see if I could get it out there before just performing. So.
Oh, dude, you nailed it!
Okay, so this guy's real impressed. 100% believes that you're the ones who offed the gambler. He's like, "Look, we don't do each other favors down here, but I owed that guy a lot of scratch. Let's make a deal. If you're willing, he had a cache of information. If you come across that, 50% off."
I slowly pull down the shades that I got off Billy, and I say 60. Because if you owed him money, that means that he was stronger than you, and I'll just kind of give him a wink.
Yes, and I will add, remember we killed the last person who made a bad deal with us.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
And he does have a good skill in it himself. So roll well.
Oh man!
30.
I really thought I had you with a 27.
Oh!
I was like, I got this. He's like, all right. 60% off. And I just need to make it clear, not because I'm afraid of you guys, because the way I hear it, he started the fight. And I'm not that stupid. So
That's what we
Don't
left.
say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't.
Yes, he started the fight
this is
himself.
Ryan.
without
Let him
any-
believe what he wants
That's
to
not
believe. This
Mav-
one we're keeping.
Mav pulls out a contract.
Sweet.
Oh man, you guys have only been here like 4 days. You already know how to roll.
I figured it out. There's a couple of gamblers. Is just what I want to say. So
Okay. He's like, all right, you find his information cache and you bring it back to old Richie, and Richie will not get rich off of you.
Richie Rich.
Nice. Before we go, can he tell me the properties of that glaive that he showed?
It is a as far as like size and weight, it's a standard glaive, so it's not finesse, it's not light, but it does do an extra 3d6 necrotic damage when it hits something.
Yeah.
And how much does he want for it?
It is 8,000 soul coins, so he will cut you at 60% off of that.
So it's
3,200.
Yep. Dang.
But that's a lot closer.
That's a lot closer. Okay, so now we know.
Would we know from the Sultan if there is a ledger maintained by demons that are owed like coins or stuff, or would that be the information?
Their legal transactions are kept in the Tower of Records immediately. There would actually be a copy of the one that burned up now in the Tower of Records. The minute you guys signed that, it was copied in there. It burned up, signifying that the one that was out in the wild is no longer valid, but there is record of it. What Richie is asking you to find is going to be something that the gambler has personally kept and hidden.
Basically, like a diary of information.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a way to acquire the debt owed to the gambler.
No.
Okay.
All debts are canceled upon the demise of the debt holder, unless the contract states otherwise.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Richie, what potions do you have?
What do you want? I got them all. I probably got things you could cook up in your little brain.
All I hear is, I got what you need!
I got what you need.
He is basically a wandering magic shop. I got a couple of interesting extra items.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you think of a magic item that you would normally want. Yep. And then it will always have a bit of a Nine Hells flair to the way it looks, though.
Yeah.
So if Thanak were to buy a +1 hammer here, which obviously he doesn't need, it would look like a very fiendish, nasty-looking +1 hammer.
Oh, in that case...
Does he have magic scrolls?
Yeah. You have access. He is the magic shop, so if it's purchasable from my magic item list, he can get it for you.
And what was the conversion rate of soul coin to dollar? Or to
20 to 1.
20 to 1.
Wait, how does the conversion go?
20 to 1. 20 gold
soul
for one soul coin.
Is 1.
Yeah. It's still.
Yep. So,
Does he have any
be here?
information on where the information would be?
he does not, unfortunately.
No, but we know two guys that might.
Yeah, we could ask the Sultan. Who
Yep.
else are you thinking?
Jimmy and James.
Oh,
Yeah, the two boys.
Which I'm guessing if they're intelligent,
actually,
and
that
they're
would
not,
make the most sense.
that they were going to go look for it themselves. But they're not very
Oh.
bright guys, so I want to kind of get information about where they hung out without spilling that there's an information cache. So I want to head back to Jimmy and James when we get a,
Let's
when we get a
get
second.
information from the Sultan first.
Yep, sure.
So yeah, you wrap up your business with Richie, letting him know that you'll be back and that you have a deal with him now, so contract stands. 60% off of his marked up price.
Yeah, I might want to buy something from him, but we can come back to that.
Sure.
You want to buy it
So
now?
I'm just-
Or?
Potentially, but we can move forward, and it's just a sales transaction, so I'm guessing it won't be a big deal.
I think he'd rather do it at 60% off.
Yeah.
So you go and you ask the Sultan about the gambler's possibility of stashes of information, and he just smiles and he says, "Well, of course he has one. We all keep such things secreted away where others can't find them. I would also be very interested in that information as well. Perhaps if you find it, you could bring it by first so I could look it over."
Mav was actually already considering copying it.
What's it worth?
Well, it'd be worth a lot.
No, I'm asking him.
Oh,
what
you're
would be
asking
worth-
him.
I'm asking him what would be worth it to you.
It would depend on what was in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a deal he'd be willing to make. The retrieval of it, if he were to own it, that's different, but you've already contracted for that. So, but just to look at it, it would depend completely on what it's worth.
Okay.
Would it be breaking the contract to make a copy of it?
Most likely not.
Okay.
I mean, the contract doesn't specify that, so
I wouldn't have specified that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But the value of it goes down substantially if it's copied and not original.
sure,
But if you want it just for yourselves, that's different.
it'd probably be both.
Yeah. So you found your merchant, and Richie would have told you how to find him. Like he would have given you his route that he travels.
Yeah.
So he'd be easy enough to find. And the Sultan wants to know if you're ready to go to Felagis.
I think now we are.
Did we want to talk about to the other two guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we go.
So you let him know you're going to run one more errand. You do not find James and Jimmy in the casino.
Okay.
They probably didn't have any money to stick her.
They
She
did
said-
not have much.
No. I would ask. Well, we're probably not allowed in here.
You are not.
I would ask whoever's at the door if they can let us know where Jimmy and James may have gone.
Just raises an eyebrow at you.
I'll hand him 5 soul coins.
So he believes they probably went back to Loneheart.
Loneheart.
It's a village to the northwest.
Well, that's the one on the map, right?
Within that same question, I would ask where did they and the gambler hang out or live while they were here, and see if I can still get that within the 5 soul coins I just spent.
You are not going to get that. He
Okay.
just stares at you.
Menacing.
I will hand him 5 more soul coins.
Okay. So he tells you that they almost exclusively hung out here. That the only place of residence that they know that they had was in Loneheart.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your transaction, my friend. Just clarifying real quick, Mike, you said it was 20 gold coins per
Soul coin.
soul coin. Gold coins per soul coin. So with 500, I could get
1,000.
1,000.
No.
No.
Oh, 10,000.
10,000. Okay. I would like to buy an item from Jimmy.
What are you after?
The Canaith mandolin.
Oh. Okay. So, like I said, he's got most items in stock, but instruments of the bards are a big deal.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're rare. They're extraordinarily rare.
Okay.
He says, but I got that. I get that. You're gonna have to give me a week. I can get it for you. I'll even knock a little more off the price because of the time.
All right.
He sees you making that face. He's like, I still want to make a sale.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Come find me in a week.
And that's at the 60% off.
Yep.
Beautiful. So that only costs. All right. Deal done. Good.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do now?
I think now we'd be ready to go.
Now we're ready, yeah.
Have I had time to identify this cloak?
Yeah, you could take 10 minutes to do that. So, where did I just put that? I just closed the. So you have the Duster of the East Woods.
Yes.
If you're attuned to it, it adds +2 to your initiative and gives you +1 to your ranged attacks.
Does that include? Would that include the psychic blast or
Ranged spell attack. It's still a ranged attack. Yep.
Okay.
It also, if you have ammunition, you always have 1 extra ammunition than everyone thinks you do.
Excellent.
Nice.
Is that including myself?
So, not that that's ever really a big deal because we don't really ever count ammunition,
Yeah.
but it's just a fun little.
So it adds an extra +2 to ranged attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
No, +1 to ranged attacks, +2 to initiative.
+2 to initiative, 1 to ranged attacks. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It also does other like little cosmetic things, like it billows, it dusts. Actually, you should roll in it an Arcana check +10.
Oh,
'Cause-
right.
Your
It's
ritual
like that
casting
scene in The
identify.
Dark Knight where they're like, how many shots was that? I think he's out. And he looks around the corner and he gets popped. It's like, you could totally do that.
Well, that's good.
Nice.
Asking yourself a question: did he fire 5 shots or 6?
Yeah.
I'll kill you. You feel lucky, punk.
Punk.
So with a 37, it billows and whistles on command. However, when you use it to add 2 to your initiative, you have to make a charisma saving throw. And the effect that happens, if you fail one, you do not know what happens still. You can try to further identify it next week.
Okay. So if I fail the charisma check, something happens, but I'm not sure what it is.
Every time you roll initiative, you have to make the charisma check.
Wait.
Every time I roll initiative, or every time I add the +2?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you use it, yeah.
Because you can choose not to use the +2 initiative.
No, it's. I said that really dumb.
If I'm attuned to it, I get a
Yes.
+2 to initiative.
Correct. So
Every time I roll initiative, I have to.
yes, you don't have to. If you don't attune to it, because currently you're not attuned to it.
Correct.
Because
Can I
you
still
only get
make it whistle?
Yes, you can
Okay.
still use the cosmetic bonuses of it.
Excellent.
But you can't get the other bonuses to it. If you attune to it, then whenever you roll initiative, you have to make a charisma saving throw.
So you'll probably identify it a bit further.
Yeah. Are my psychic blasts now finger guns?
If you want them to be.
Yes, of course.
Bang. Bang. That guy.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yep.
So you're off to
And of course, I have
Phlegethos
to
then.
man the hammer.
Yeah, off to Felagos. Whatever. Stupid
I
word.
think it's Phlegethos. It is a stupid word. Honestly, if you have it pronounced from history, it's like Fleths.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I can't do that. I
No.
can't. It's like that's not how words and letters work.
Yep.
Not even a little bit.
Hey,
All right, so
hey, Mike, is that an item or do I need to build it?
You can build it real quick because I did not build it yet.
Okay.
Honestly, these guys weren't even cowboys until yesterday when I listened to Undeadwood
Oh,
from
nice.
Critical Role,
Oh, yeah.
which I don't know if you've listened to it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you watched Deadwood,
I have watched parts of Deadwood.
I
watched parts of it.
I watched the whole series. Oh my gosh. Brian, right? That's the DM's name?
Yeah.
He does
His
a great-
impersonations are spot on.
Yeah.
Unbelievable how well he hits those voices.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I'm
Yeah.
amazed that he's not in voice acting. Like I know he's too much of a burnout for it, but I'm so
Yeah.
shocked that he's not.
It was amazing. I was so shocked. So yeah, I was like, the gambler needs to be a cowboy.
Mike, are you okay with me changing that for the different one? I was just looking at for the name wise.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And I would definitely be super cool with it being something infernal. I'm going to go with the Anstroth Harp instead.
Okay.
Even if it could be something kind of bookish, something more orator based, that's even better. But
sure. Cool. All right. So you guys, where are we at? You guys head out across the woods. You are again tracked by hyenas. At least that's what they sound like. And you see the humanoids, but they never get close to you.
oh dang it, we should have asked somebody about that in town. What the heck is that about? We're a bunch of idiots.
Too late now. So you begin. You cross the land bridge, and about halfway through, it turns into a real bridge. And this bridge has an archway, which is guarded by two larger individuals.
Is the Sultan still with us?
No, the Sultan would not be with you.
Okay.
He probably gave us a piece of parchment or something to signify our way across.
Yep.
Did he give us anything physical, or was it just we
Yeah, I
say-
didn't hear
He
that.
did not give you anything physical. He said he would make the arrangements.
Okay, so we'll approach as though we belong here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you approach as if you belong here, and the guards look at each other, and then they look at you, and then you watch a scene snap into the middle of the archway. And on the other side of the archway, you see a land that is strangled with flowing rivers of lava. You see gouts of roaring flame and billowing smoke that obscures the sky. And the guards look at that the gate has opened, And they just stand there.
Gentlemen, I'll walk through the gate.
Yep.
All right. So you guys cross through. And crossing through the archway, you are struck first by the intense heat of this place, which begins to sear your exposed skin. Looking out as it appears as though the archway, or through the archway, holy cow. Looking out, you see it appeared through the archway, a land covered with black rock and molten lava. You are currently standing on a paved bridge leading to the edge of a 100-foot wide wall that curves around the outer edges of Felagethos, far beyond in both directions, and it's lost in the choking black smoke. Far out ahead of you on the horizon is a line of volcanoes that pushes their way upward, belching liquid fire into the sky. Now, taking a closer look at the wall ahead, it appears to be moving. Check that. The entire landscape seems to be rotating slowly, counterclockwise. Furthermore, you can see dozens, maybe hundreds of figures spread out across the wall as far as you can see.
What did we come here for again?
You're chasing down one of the
One of the leads. That's right.
one of the
we're
leads.
following up on a lead.
I'm going to now that we're turn to the system, the Vanguard, and be like, so when exactly do you guys start pulling your weight? I'll just kind of stare at them for a moment and be like, I guess, and I'll walk towards the wall as if we're just kind of heading in there.
Oh. Okay. Sure. All right. They all kind of look at each other.
He's just being a snotty brat.
Okay. They nod, and the sisters are like, oh, I guess taking out one of those guards almost immediately before they could even do anything.
Who's gonna do anything anyways?
I'll let you handle that, Thanak. Take care of my life.
So this is what you guys see. You are on the outer edge of that wall. The entire island is rotating counterclockwise, and you are standing on this wall. Now, I mean, you can enter onto the wall at any place on the map if you want.
Okay.
Because you just wait for it to rotate around.
Yeah. Like I heard you say that, and I looked at this donut shape, and it instantly, for some reason, made me like I immediately imagined spinning, and I was like, "Well, it."
Yeah. So it is definitely rotating, and there's all kinds of people on the wall. And since Jeffrey, since you started approaching, you wouldn't be able to see this yet. So You start approaching. The bridge gets to right up to where the wall is, and you can see it. The wall sliding by. The bridge ends, and the wall begins to rotate around.
Can we see what it looks like it's floating on?
I'm sorry if I described it. The wall is not floating. The wall is attached to the land. It is the land that is rotating.
Right. Are we at
and
the
it's
edge of the
floating
water?
in the sea. Yeah.
Oh, it's floating in the sea. Okay.
You can see the sea of sticks off to either side.
This whole place just... Does it look like it's bobbing at all, or is it just spinning?
It's just spinning.
Oh, it's a friggin' fire carousel. It's rotten. Okay. Is there any... You said the sky is choked. Do we see any points in the sky that we can call some sort of landmark for this space, or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
The sky is just straight blackness.
Yep.
I know we're chasing down a lead, but I don't remember which lead.
I love you guys so much.
We're going to Phlegethos because when the rod, whatever, first disappeared, the fires of Phlegethos temporarily.
Well, they say they still burn hotter.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yep. It has not stopped.
So we're here to find out why, basically. We're here to find out why things are burning hotter.
And hoping that it's the rod.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we even know if there's... We didn't even find out if there's, like, any towns around.
So
You-
approaching
You
the
didn't
edge.
ask anybody a single question about this place.
Nope.
No, or prepare for the heat.
Yep.
Yeah.
We sure didn't,
That's what we did.
because I would have probably asked what's his name for some fire resistance potions or
Richie?
something.
Oh,
Yeah,
Richie would have been able to accommodate that.
Yep. Let's see. Do we just want to go back to town for a
I was
second?
just gonna ask, do we know
So
if
we're
we
gonna-
can go back and
You
come
would
back?
know if you would know from the terms of the agreement that if you go back, you're going to have to do another favor for the Sultan to get in here.
Oh, never mind. I was really hoping we had like a scroll or something.
Nope. Getting in and out of these domains is costly.
Yeah.
To both you and him. So
Mm-hmm. All
it
right.
is not a willy-nilly come as you go.
Oh, but we are within the same space. Are we able to send a message? We just can't send it outside of the house. I could send him a message. Question
You
mark?
could probably, yeah, you can send him a message.
Okay. So I'm gonna send the Sultan a message. I'm gonna ask him if he can arrange for us, because we're idiots, to get some information about this place. The fact that it's hot, we didn't think about asking anybody if he can arrange for some fire resistance potions
Oh man.
somewhere, maybe. And then I'm gonna, through message form, ask him if there's anything we need that we should just for sure know about this place. Because man, we are adventurers. Let's just be honest. This is what adventurers.
No,
do.
I think this
place
puts
is-
us lower than adventurers.
No, it doesn't.
Adventurers is a prestigious term. We're
I've
He
been DMing now
responds.
adventurers.
for a while.
He responds, I did think you left rather abruptly. Unfortunately, I have no extension of my power in the land you are going to. There are settlements, and there is supposedly a way out in the center.
Perfect. All right, so we'll just need
Way
to
out
figure
in the
this out,
center.
possibly, until we find a settlement.
I only have the one use. We can't ask him what the heck he meant by that. Okay.
Ask him what he meant by what?
A way out in the center.
Gotta go in the
Suppose-
middle, man.
All right, cool. This place isn't scary at all.
Yep. Trial by fire.
Out of the frying pan into the
All right.
literal fire.
So you guys walking off the bridge onto the wall then?
Yeah,
Probably should.
definitely.
So you step off the bridge onto the wall, and it's still extraordinarily hot. It is oddly cooler on the wall than it was on the bridge.
Oh,
Looking now that you're on the wall, looking at the people that you saw here, they're not entirely right. By what I mean by that is, you don't think these are actual people. You think these are physical manifestations of their souls. They look angry and hurt and chaotic, and like their facial expressions are just twisted in vile and wickedness. And they pace around on the wall looking out over the fiery plains, and every once in a while one of them will climb down off the wall and start to run across the plains. And looking out across them, you see these people. They do this everywhere. They bide their time, they pick a spot, then they climb down and they start running across the plains.
As far as we can see, or
Mhm.
what happened?
As far as you can see.
Weird.
I'm gonna go find one and ask them what they're doing.
Like persuasion check.
Actually, I just want to do something.
Gambling, Jeff's
Uh,
terrible. Anything else?
There's a reason I'm after the granite pack.
I was
Level
going to
perception.
ask if there's any pattern I could notice to the picking a spot and running, but I'm guessing I don't.
Nope. You barely even see the people climbing down. Somebody told you that was happening, and you're like, "Where?" And you're looking out over the ocean.
That's
I
awesome.
don't see any people out here.
Legit.
Jeff, you have to ask about 4 or 5 different people before you get anywhere to one of these things that will even talk to you. Most of the time, it's unintelligible screaming that you kind of get the feeling like they're saying "piss off." It sounds horrible. It sounds pained. It sounds like they're cursing you and themselves all at the same time. But you can't actually make words out of what they communicate to you. But you find one that looks in less bad shape than the others. And he gibbers. He drools a little bit. He's
a gibbering mouther.
No, he's very Gollum-esque at Gollum's worst.
Ooh,
in the way he communicates. And you gather with that level of persuasion check that everyone here, this is their torment. This is where they were sent for the way they lived their lives. And they know there is a way out. If they can get to the center of this place, they're free. But if they die along the way, they're sent back to the wall.
It's like the worst version of Groundhog's Day.
Yep. And they also they only have so much time to pick a place to run before they're thrown off the wall. And you haven't seen that happen yet, but you have seen other people now appear.
Huh.
And this one, and basically you gather the more often they do this, the less cogent they are.
Gotcha. Like they're going mad from dying.
They go crazier every time they do it.
I wonder if I can find one and calm them that looks super nuts and ask him what he's seen. Like I'm talking to the group about that and asking like not just our group but the sisters in the Iron Vanguard, ask them if they have any input. But like if we could calm one, if we could find a way to bring one to its sanity even momentarily, if it would be able to give us some insight into what it's seen.
The others don't think it's a terrible idea. Again, that's an NPC thing. You're asking for the NPCs to do your work for you.
No, I was just hoping maybe because the sisters are manipulative people.
They are, but it's one of those things where like you have this host of people around there and you could literally solve all your problems by going to them. That's not what they're there for, really. But I mean, a little bit of extra flavor. But I mean, if you want to make a decision, you make a decision. Don't ask them to, that's not what I want to do with them.
Yeah, I was hoping more for a, not a you should do it, but if there's a reason one of them thinks I definitely shouldn't. I'm not necessarily looking for a guidance, but more of a, no, I think you shouldn't, and this is why. If there is one, that's what those questions are typically more than
they wouldn't have any input on that. They are there more for the, hey, I want to do this and it's not in our skill set. Is it in theirs? So,
along those lines, would calm emotions help here? Does someone have?
That's kind of also what I was getting at because I have calm emotion. Yeah. Someone else might have something better than calm emotion.
Oh, okay.
There are a couple of clerics in the group. Actually, I think each of the groups has a cleric. They would say that's not a horrible idea, but you're gambling on how long something has been here. You might be more. It's a gamble because they don't stay up here long. Maybe 15 minutes tops, and then they're climbing down the wall and making another run.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, you've been doing great at gambling this whole time. Why don't you?
Some of them don't even make it 100 yards
and just burst into flames.
Well, you watch as sometimes like spikes shoot up out of the ground, impale them. It's just blasts of flame shoot up out of the ground.
Takeshi's castle, just like you posted.
Yeah.
Can we just watch this for a little while? Good grief.
We absolutely should just watch this.
See if is there a pattern to it? Probably not.
Oathing doesn't think there is.
You can make perception checks if you want to watch it for a while.
There's no pattern.
Yeah, sure. I'll watch for a minute. I'm trying to decide if what I was kind of hoping for was if calm emotions is going to be enough, or if we need to do something like Lester's Restoration or Greater Restoration to acquire some knowledge from one of these guys.
Let's see. Jeff, you definitely don't pick up any pattern, Mav. You think you have it a couple of different times, but then it always does something different.
Yep.
You're like,
Just
it's more likely to do this, and nope, it's not. It does all sorts of different things.
Instead of looking for patterns, Jeff just starts like clapping really well. Oh!
Go!
He's the wrong kind of interested in what's happening.
Yep.
You said we can come in anywhere on the map. Do we want to stick with where it is right now, guys? Pick a random spot and put it down?
No idea.
I mean, it looks like no matter what, like there's always some sort of land that can get to the center. But I know we wouldn't be able to tell that. I'm just saying, like, it looks like there's always some sort of land that can be followed to get to the center.
Right.
So I don't know that it matters.
I kind of like this spot here, just because it looks a little bit bigger and looks like it got a little more light on the map. That's all.
It's moving super slow on my screen.
Yeah, it finally got
like,
to. It finally got to where it was going.
Where's it going? I don't know where it's going.
What is going
Where's he
on?
want to be? We could extrapolate it pretty quickly after, I knew where he was headed. Yeah, but that's where he's going. So you guys watch it now. For you, as the ring slides around over to there, at some point you see an enormous minotaur-looking creature come stomping in your direction, and it's just grabbing tormented souls and throwing them out into the field. Not everyone that it passes, but often. And it's headed your way.
Watching what it's doing, can we make either a perception or insight to see if we can tell that it's people who look like they haven't gone in a while, or people who are like trying to avoid running out there?
Yeah, it's pretty safe to extrapolate that.
Okay. And the people that are going often, it's just leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you extrapolate that because you've seen a few appear, and it walks right past the ones that have recently appeared.
Mm-hmm.
And ones that have been there since you've been there are more likely to get tossed over.
Yep. Okay. There's the cooldown timer. They get a spawn safe cooldown. Okay. And it's walking towards us?
Yeah, currently it is walking towards you.
Oh, I mean, we're not doomed to be here. It probably won't mess with us too much. Maybe we can ask it a question. We have no idea where we're going here. Civilizations. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to the Minotaur and ask where the closest civilization is.
It doesn't even respond. It just keeps walking. As it gets closer to you, you realize this thing is far larger than you originally thought. It is a gargantuan creature.
Oh.
And it just stomps on by, pays no attention to you at all.
Oh, that was rude.
Bar's like, we should kill that.
You and Othing are going to get along great.
Hey, no, I have a question. Who gets the trophy?
Why would you keep a trophy?
So I get it then.
Huh.
Glad we sorted that out.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's your answer.
Oh
my gosh.
These guys are going to get us killed. All right. Well, I'm going to try to find a little bit more crazy of one.
Okay.
And I'm going to try casting Lester's Restoration on it and see if Uncle Lester can help us out.
Uncle Lester does not help at all.
Okay. Do any of you religies have Greater Restoration to try poking at their brain a little bit?
Yeah, a couple of them do. So they
cast Bacon of Hope.
Bacon of Hope will not help with Greater Restoration. The Greater Restoration one, that seems pretty far gone, and it does seem to have some effect. You start to get normal words, but it's still pretty garbled.
He's real broke. Do we need to find like a medium well one rather than one that's fully well done. Like he's been cooked too long.
Now we think they're steaks.
I mean, these guys are running out into a flame of fire. There's something at least a little cooked about them.
Okay, so you ask another one. You find a medium one. He gets a little more cogent. And it's similar to the first one you got to talk to you.
Okay.
It lets you know it has been there 10,000 years,
Oh,
as far as it can reckon. It can't even count how many runs it has made now.
Yeah.
But it knows, for some reason, it understands the length of time of its punishment. It has made it into the mountains. It has never seen a settlement.
It has never seen a settlement, and it's made it into the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's safe to assume that the settlements are not out here, then they're somewhere in the mountains. Okay. Well, shall we, guys? We have a task, and we paid a lot to get here, so
I don't know that we should anymore.
I don't think any of us can fly.
How many runs a day do you think you can make? And then multiply that by 10,000.
Right. Here's the thing. This is their punishment. I think the plane itself just tries to kill them. I don't know that it will necessarily do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we
We are outsiders.
are still, I believe, we are still technically considered visitors. So
I don't know.
we
We've
did
signed
kill
some
a guy,
contracts.
and
It's a pretty
Yeah.
lofty assumption.
I mean,
Mav's basically already become a pit. So sorry, pit boss. Pit boss.
a good bit boss.
Pit boss.
Wow. All right. Well, Othig follows family, so.
All right, Othig, I'm probably going to need you to not follow first.
Well, I meant, yeah. If you want
Okay.
me to go first, I will go first.
I do. Those spikes look like they hurt a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm sure that they do. So you better make sure that I don't get
I'm going to try. Here's a bardic inspiration, and I'll pat him on the butt.
sprayed.
right,
I will
so-
cast Death Ward on him.
There we go.
That'll be just a nice little tap on the back.
On everyone except Jeff.
You got
As
it.
usual.
Last question before you guys climb over the wall. So you're do you want to separate your groups and try from different angles, or are you keeping everybody together?
I like the fact that we've been together, but having them spread out doesn't seem like a bad idea. It's kept us safe in the woods from the hyena thing, whatever that was. I should have sent that in the message. Dang it. But at the same time, spreading out does help. And these guys are not incapable. They made it through the labyrinth.
No, they're not incapable at all.
So
They're just as capable as you.
yeah, I mean,
Right.
did you see how quickly they killed a
a
creature
non-combatant.
non-combatant?
We are the worst. We do belong here. Gee. I think that's going to be my new code word for I'm going to hell. We belong here. Yeah, let's have them separate out. Let's do a 3-prong thing. So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Have them wait and jump onto this dealio 1/3 around, 1/3 around. Try and meet in the middle.
Okay. So you guys spread out. Oh, more.
Did
'Cause-
we get a rest in before we came out here?
Yeah.
Said several days. So okay.
How long does Holy Weapon last?
Like an
Hour.
hour. 10 minutes.
No, I
How
think
long
it's
is
an
it?
hour.
It's like,
Do I
it's
still
like
have
10 minutes or
No,
an
you don't
hour,
still have it.
like half a
it?
day.
It's pretty long.
It's up to 1 hour.
Do I
Okay.
And we needed it on you for 6 seconds. So,
Yeah.
really a waste.
I am
Yeah, but
going
those were
to
crucial
actually
6 seconds.
remove these guys from the combat tractor for now.
Doctor.
I accidentally said that while we were gaming last night. It started a really fun conversation.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't tell you, Mike, but I introduced Volothamp to them last week, and he helped them this week, and it was
No, he did not help us at all.
He helped you a lot.
He spent the entire 4 hours of combat asleep.
No, he was writing and documenting your journey.
I love it.
He was asleep.
All right, so you guys climb down off the wall as the other groups, you bid them farewell, and they kind of ride the ring around the other way. Right before you do, you see coming from the other direction is a large winged on fire looking fiend. It is also pitching people over. Right in front of him appears somebody who looks like they'd never run before.
Oh no!
They appear and they don't appear hurt at all, and he just grabs that one.
Like they were like really out of shape or something.
No.
The fat guy shows up. Oh, he belongs here.
So he grabs this woman and just throws her over the edge. He doesn't even give her a chance to think about it. Lands in the dirt.
We are all aghast, and Jeff is just over there giggling.
She's about 100 yards south of you.
Hey, lady, come here.
She gets up and she's screaming, and she runs towards you. As she gets closer to you, you can see that her shirt and her hands and her mouth are just covered in blood.
Oh, what happened to you?
And she looks at her side, and there is a huge wound in her side.
Ooh.
I was stabbed by my son.
That's going to be the least of your worries real soon here. What's your son's name, and why did he kill you? Stab you.
His name is Mathis, and I ate his baby.
Well, I mean, that seems fair that he would stab you for that. Cause and effect. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Why do we ask?
Why did you eat his baby?
We were starving.
Don't ask more questions.
There's never gonna be a response to why did you eat his baby?
I know.
That's gonna make you be like, I'm glad I heard this story.
There's literally no response that matters in this situation.
And then one more question. Where from?
She mentioned someplace that you are completely like. It doesn't even sound like your language.
All right, I'll say good luck. Make it to the middle, and I'll just point towards the mountains.
Oh, you said Mathis, not Matthias.
Yeah,
right,
Mathis.
Okay.
Stabbed mom because ate his baby because starving.
Well, I mean, was it at least good?
No, suddenly the scientist shows up.
How was your final meal?
She starts to cry, and she runs off. She gets a decent wage, no spikes or anything.
You were going to ask her a real question before she ran off. I feel like you were going to ask her a real question for now. Now you didn't get an opportunity to.
Yeah, that's all right.
And then she just collapses.
You can ask it as she's running.
You can ask it now, but she's collapsed.
Yeah.
But it looks like she probably bled out from her stab wound.
You don't know.
All right. I'm just going to leave her. I've got the information I need.
Go use my healer's kit.
Can we just?
I'm not done talking to you, lady.
Yeah. Can we clarify something? So
hey,
is she?
Tony, go cast Speak with Dead on them.
Is
They're
she
all
dead yet?
You don't know.
So the other creatures on top of the wall that we were seeing were incorporeal, right?
They were ish, incorporeal-ish.
But is she the same or is she not? Is she more corporeal or
she is more corporeal, but there is definitely an otherworldly feel to her.
So is there a sameness to those between her and the ones on the wall, or is there a difference still? Like, what I'm trying to figure out is the number of times that you basically die here, like, kind of cumulative to the effects that we saw to the people on top of the wall?
Yes, it does. That's what it appears. The more often you run, the more damaged, the more crazy, the more broken you become.
Dirty.
That's what I was thinking when you said we saw someone who just showed up and that was this woman, and she seemed like she at least had some semblance of sanity.
Shouldn't have eaten that dude's baby.
Yeah, are you gonna cast Speak with Dead on her?
If she's dead, I'll try. Otherwise, she's
I'll
not
kill her.
dead. Do you have an actual question for her?
No, I just.
Why are you tormenting this lost soul? I mean, you could be entertained. That's fine, but don't torture them.
I mean, because she's here for a reason. She ate. Who? Wait, her
son,
grandson?
her grandson. Yeah, she ate her grandson.
Yeah.
She's here for a reason. I got no problem with it.
I mean, at some point in time, there's still some sort of humanity that's got to be left in you. I know you're a, but humanity is still a concept.
Wait,
Maybe
is this Jeff asking or is this Tony?
you guys should just ask her some more
Because
questions.
Jeff would not be concerned at all.
No, Tony is though. Tony has the line.
So you guys head out into the field, and I need somebody to roll a d10.
I will, since I'm in the lead of the party. I suppose it makes sense for me.
Hey,
6.
Hey,
a 6.
So, you get about your first mile, and you get a little further than the lady. You pass her body, and as you pass it, you realize that as it's laid on the ground, like chains made of heated iron have crept up out of the ground and wrapped around her and started to pull her deeper into the ground. And there is an iron spike shooting up through her neck, impaling her. She definitely looks dead. But as you get closer, you can hear her crying.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's see, 6. You guys start to struggle to breathe, and you realize you have walked into a patch of toxic air. Now, you got deeper into it because you're dwarves and you got poison immunity or resistance, but you're pretty far in when you realize what you've done. And I need you to make Constitution saving throws. And
That's bad news. Jeffrey,
you make it.
Hey,
oh,
Yeah. You make it, so you will all take probably just going to end up being 1 point of damage. Oh, that's actually 2 points of damage. You all take 2 points of damage from the poisonous air. And every step you take, it's hot. It's so unbelievably hot that like you feel like your bare skin almost instantly has gotten a sunburn from being out here. You're cooking in your own juices almost. It's just gross, but it doesn't seem. It does, yeah. It's more like that, but because it doesn't seem to go past a certain degree of pain. It reaches a level and then stops.
Dwarf juices.
Yep. And so you plunge on another mile, and I need another D10 roll.
this place sucks.
Yeah.
oh, hey, look at that.
All right.
Was it supposed to be me again, or does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We're going with an 8.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you're going with an 8. So you're about 2 miles now from the wall, and it looks like the top of the peaks of the volcanoes are about 16 miles, 20 miles away, somewhere in that range. So you've made it a little further out, and all of a sudden, these chains shoot up out of the ground, and they begin to attack you guys, trying to wrap you up, and I need dexterity saving throws from you.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
Oh,
Hey, Thanak,
I'm done. I'm done with the game.
all right.
I'm so proud of you.
So that is 6 damage to then I can take 6 damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, you make it, but you'll take all 6 fire damage. Everybody else is only going to take 3.
Okay.
1 more mile and another D10 roll.
It's a
Okay.
9.
It's
a 9.
It's
Jeffrey's
a
got a
9.
9. A 9. This time, iron spikes like bear trap jaws start clamping up around your feet as you're walking, trying to keep you in place. And these are dex saves again.
Oh my gosh.
Nope.
Jeffrey is the only one who is going to. Nope. Othig will make the save as well. It only goes up by 1 for every mile you go. So.
Where are we in comparison to the other people running?
You to other people running?
Yeah, not our group, but
Yeah. Most other people make it to right about here. This is where people really start to fall off the map.
Okay.
So you got a good crowd of people still like trying to run in different directions around you.
Okay.
And you've seen a lot of the stuff that's already happened to you happening to them. So let's see. That is 12 points of fire damage to those of you who failed the save. If you succeeded, it's 6, and I need Constitution saving throws from the failures.
That's all you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, those will both succeed. Who wants to roll the D10?
I'll do it.
Another 8.
Another 8. That is your third one of those events, and so
Second one of those, because one of the raids didn't count.
Oh, that's right. It is second one. So,
Before we spoil the surprise.
Yeah.
no. Sorry, it's in the category of third one in this category.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Because the 9 is in this category as well. So this time, you guys start to see the change in the spikes coming up out of the ground, and you avoid it, and then you hear laughing out ahead of you, and you look, and coming up over a ridge is the largest fiery humanoid you have ever seen in your lives, and it is flanked by 3 others like it. And the big one yells, "Time to push them in the lava." And they come running down the slopes at you.
Trying to push them in the lava?
And you guys are going to need to roll initiative, but I think it's 9:30, so I think this is where we'll stop. But you see, they're pretty easily identified, even though you've never fought them yourselves. You see 4 fire giants barreling towards you.
4 fire giants?
4 fire giants.
So you said it was 1 flanked by 1. Okay.
No, 1 flanked by 3, and they're going to throw us in the lava.
Okay.
Ha ha ha.
So that's where we'll stop. You guys are about to get attacked by my squad O fire giants.
Guys, it's okay, because that means we have 4... We'll just steal their belt.
Ooh, yeah. Because all fire giants wear belts of giant strength because they need it.
Yeah.
Right. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, they'd be like daisies.
So if we just make them take their pants off.
There it is again.
That's how giants work.
Oh, wow.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Yep.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody.